And here we are, December 26th, coming off the high that was the Christmas Day slate. Coming in with a hot and heavy Miami Heat versus Atlanta Hawks game. Not the greatest slate of games we have available today. Obviously, the best teams in the league all played yesterday. And so today, we will watch what I think is probably the best game on the lineup. There's a couple also interesting ones we'll keep an eye on, as we always do as we go around the league. But today, the Miami Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Let's start the show. We are back, baby. We are back. Back like we never left. We are here once again. Why? Because we don't miss games. Whether the Knicks are playing or not, we will be here. And today, unfortunately, the New York Knicks are not playing. And so instead, we have the privilege of watching the Miami Heat take on the Atlanta Hawks. And I have something to say. Normally, we start with the best player for the road team. I would consider that Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. He is not playing today. He is out for something, for an injury. Apparently, he's not playing. He is out today, unfortunately for the Heat, unfortunately for us, because I do think a Bam Adebayo versus Jalen Johnson matchup was supposed to be very intriguing, very exciting. I don't even know if he was listed as a guy who was going to be out for this game. I didn't even know. I didn't even bother checking the injury report. Atlanta, though, does have Trae Young back, and I do find it interesting to watch Trae Young now back with the Atlanta Hawks and Jalen Johnson try to coexist there, try to build new chemistry as Jalen Johnson has taken this leap. But we will get to those guys, the Atlanta Hawks, right after we cover the Miami Heat. So again, no Bam Adebayo, and also, unfortunately, no Tyler Hero either. So the two guys I would consider the best players on this Miami team. Although, hold on, Norman Powell has a case to make for the second best player on this team, if not maybe even the first best player. But I'll still give it to Bam, especially for his defense on the edge over Norman Powell. I just also think Norman Powell's played the best so far this year. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? So, no Bam, no Hero. We're going to have to start with Norman Powell. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? You have a lot of energy, brother. Do I? I feel like this is just me normal. It's just me normal. Me talking about basketball. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Clarkson been dealing lately. He's been good. He has been good. Jason, what's up, Jason? Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Namar, what's up, Namar? David Haas Jr., of course, what's up, David? We are back, baby, we are back. Danson, what's up, Danson? When did the game end last night? Around 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that? We ended the stream around like 1:30-ish, 2 o'clock-ish, let's say 1:45. Let's go ahead and say 1:45. Like around 1:45-ish we ended last night, so we are meeting for technically the second time here today. Unlike yesterday, only one game being covered today. We are back to a pretty normal-ish schedule. Mostly going to be covering one games. Every now and again, we're going to try to hit up some doubleheaders if the games dictate, if the games are good enough to do it. Today's slate, not really good enough to do it. We'll also go around the league and check out the schedule for today. Today, the game we're covering here today is the first game to tip off. There are a couple of other games tipping off at 7 o'clock, but this is the first game on the slate, along with a couple of other games. So, don't have much to cover. No other teams have played yet on this, what is today, Friday? On this Friday night, we are back. No Friday night Knicks, unfortunately. No Friday night Knicks. Namar said hi on Knicks' victory from yesterday. Absolutely, brother, absolutely. But like I said, we always start with the road team. So we're starting with Norman Powell. No Bam, no Hero. Norman Powell, step up to the plate, brother. 24 a game, 4 boards, 2.5 assists. Boy, oh boy, I didn't think it was possible for this guy to take another leap. And yet he took another leap after that Clippers season, gets traded to the Miami Heat. Foolishly, by the way, look at where the Clippers are. Gets traded to the Miami Heat, and what has he done? He's just improved his game. Now, he's mostly improved more of his offense, still a bit of a liability defensively. The last time we saw the Miami Heat play, they played the New York Knicks, and down the stretch of that game, the New York Knicks really picked on Norman Powell, included him on almost every action. Now, if they had Tyler Hero, they would have also included Tyler Hero into every action because those perimeter defenders just aren't going to get it done in modern basketball. But Jalen Brunson in particular, who ended up with 47 points down the stretch of that game, really wanted to involve Norman Powell in every action and wanted to force those switches onto him. So that is something that he really needs to improve his game on. I thought earlier in the year seemed like, okay, he's keeping up defensively, and now as the season's going on, it's like, ooh, nope, still slipping back down to a subpar defender. But the offense, if we want to stay positive with Norman Powell, as we have been majority of the year, 24 a game is still incredible. Almost 50% from the field, over 40% from three-point range. I'll round up for you, big dog. 85% from the foul line is like incredible efficiency. It's incredible efficiency. This is also fantastic with both Bam and Hero, both inconsistently in and out of the lineups all year, right? So it is the Norman Powell show, and probably also, not Andrew Wiggins, I thought Kel'el Ware was coming up, but Andrew Wiggins, unfortunately, like a lot of the other guys, he may as well be in and out of the lineup. He is, I call him, if Mikal Bridges this year has been Mr. Consistency, this is Mr. Inconsistency. 16.3 points per game, 4.8 boards, 2.8 assists. Pretty good stats, pretty good counting stats. No issues for like a role-playing wing. Solid for Andrew Wiggins. I know it's a far cry from where the expectation was for his career, considering he was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, but pretty solid for a really good role-playing wing, right? These are solid counting stats. I think majority of people would take this every day of the week. Over a steal, over a block, under 2 turnovers, seems like pretty excellent counting stats. We go to the shooting splits, the efficiency. 47 from the field, 38 from three-point range, 71 from the foul line's a little light, well, that's fine. You're over 70, we'll take it. All of this seems fantastic for Andrew Wiggins. Like, okay, cool, serviceable wing. The issue is that it feels like Wiggins has been trying to find his game his whole career. He's an average defender on most nights. Every now and again, he turns into Scottie Pippen. But most nights, he's kind of just an average defender. Every now and again, he turns into Klay Thompson. But majority of the nights, he's kind of just an average shooter. And every now and again, he turns into Michael Jordan from the mid-range, fall-away mid-range jumpers. But on most nights, he's pretty inconsistent from that mid-range shot. He can be hit or miss. You never know what you're going to get from him. He's one of the most wild card players in the league, just because he does it on both sides of the court. Some nights he can guard a traffic cone. Some nights he's completely locked down defensively, and it's just really predict what you can get from Andrew Wiggins. But overall, kind of averages out to a pretty solid wing player. So that's nice. That's nice for Miami. It's just hard to rely on it. CEO King, what's up, CEO? Let's go on that work today. Listening in. Let's get it. Yes, sir, CEO. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. We got to Nikola Jovic, and Jovic, I can't believe it's taking this long for us to get to Ware. But Nikola Jovic is having a, let's say politely, a disappointing year. I mean, it's looking like it might not work out for Nikola Jovic. This might just be one step back, so maybe he could take 2 steps forward next year kind of situation. But my goodness, is it a big, big step back. It might be more than one step back with these shooting splits. 39 from the field, 28 from three-point range. And I start with the efficiency because none of this is worthy of really being talked about. At 6'10", 3.5 boards, it's like, all right, need a little bit more in that regard. 2.6 assists, I guess, is pretty nice for a guy who's not much of a perimeter player, but does hang out around on the perimeter a lot. Also not an interior player, so I guess where does he go on the court? I guess he's more of a perimeter player than interior player. So there's that, 7.2 points. But again, the expectation for Nikola Jovic is extremely high. He is only 22 years old, which is like, cool. Okay, great. The issue comes with the fact that, like with every young player who's struggling or just kind of stagnating in their development, the conversation is always, okay, but we all recognize that development is not linear. But the timelines of these teams and the value that you have as a prospect is probably worth more in a trade at this point than it is to continue to invest development time into a guy like Nikola Jovic for the Miami Heat. Again, 22 years old, more than enough time to figure out his game here in the NBA. The issue is that Miami, and it's not really an issue for Miami because they're not really competing for a championship and they don't seem all that close to competing for a championship unless they make a big swing move like maybe trading for Giannis. But if that were the case, Jovic is probably involved in that deal, so he wouldn't be on Miami anymore. But as long as they're not really competing for a championship and just trying to be a good, competent organization, they'll have more than enough time to invest in Nikola Jovic as a development prospect. The issue is that this is now year, 3 for Jovic? 3 or 4, something like that? 3, I think. And you're just not really seeing any sort of progress right now from him. So that's super unfortunate and disappointing for him. Now we get to Kel'el Ware. And I don't think I updated these statistics for the Miami Heat right before the game, just because we had such a long day yesterday. I didn't really have the time to do it. And then obviously I had stuff to do today. But if I go to Kel'el Ware's stat line, because he had a monster game against the New York Knicks. He had a 20-20 game against Mitchell Robinson also, by the way. So it wasn't like a weak rebounding team. He absolutely dominated a team that is a fantastic rebounding team. He's averaging 12.2 points, 10.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists. So the stats didn't change all that much after that game. Just wanted to double check on that. But he has been absolutely fantastic so far this year. 55 from the field, 82.5 from the free throw line, 45% from three-point range. As a matter of fact, I can look right here real quick because he could not miss against the Knicks. And so far, he is shooting 47.4% from three-point range. It went up by 2 percentage points. That's how ridiculous of a shooting season he is having so far. I do expect that as the year continues to go on, it'll come down eventually. But he will very obviously and very likely, very likely, end up as an above 40 to 42% three-point shooter this year. This man, if this is real, and he can continue to develop the other parts of his game to bring this number up and keep this level of efficiency and have these shooting splits from the foul line and from the three-point line as a big who could also rim protect as well, boy, oh boy, is sky the limit. Boy, oh boy, is it like, hey, Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware, if we had to choose, and I don't think they have to because they have two almost completely different skill sets, but if they had to choose at this point, with the potential that Ware has at 21 years old and the improvement he made from last year into this year, it's like, or do we start leaning more towards Kel'el Ware at this point, who's as a cornerstone piece of this franchise? He's still got some ways to go to fully get to that point. But my goodness, having games like he had against the New York Knicks and having these kind of shooting splits and stat lines as a second-year player is going to go a long way in predicting where this Miami Heat team could end up. Because, again, they don't have that superstar-level talent. They don't even really have a high-level star talent. Like, Bam is great. Hero is good. Norman Powell is nice. But you don't have that guy to get you to the next level. A guy who you can give the ball to, like the Knicks have with Brunson, like the Nuggets have with Jokic, like two guys who really stepped up yesterday, like the Spurs have with Wemby, like the Lakers have with Luka, like maybe even the Mavs have with Cooper Flag. The Miami Heat don't have a prospect like that or a player like that who you can give the ball to and say, okay, we need you to carry us tonight, right? Like they used to have that in Jimmy Butler. Obviously, he got older, and then eventually he gets traded over to another team. Rebecca Angeles, what's up, Rebecca? Here in the Philippines, happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you, Rebecca. Jason said, Ware is a problem. He is a problem. He really announced himself, at least to the Knicks fan base, definitely to me. I believe that was a nationally televised game as well, but really announced himself to anybody watching that game that like, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I will take on one of the best rebounders in the league in Mitchell Robinson. I will take on one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA in the New York Knicks, and I will go at them, and I will raise them 20 rebounds by myself. I will raise them 4 or 5 made threes in that game. I will raise them scoring over 20 in a game and keeping my team in it. I will raise them really good rim protection, forcing them to take mid-range shots. I will do all of that to help my team. And again, that's the level of performance, that's the level of impact you need to have on a game that can really change the outcome of it, that like Bam isn't really capable of doing, that Tyler Hero isn't really capable of doing, that Norman Powell isn't really capable of doing. Maybe every now and again if they get hot in a game, they can do that, and they can pull a game out for their team, but if Kel'el Ware wants to hit that next level at only 21 years old, he's kind of having games like that already. So very impressive so far. Very important development for the Miami Heat moving forward because they do need that guy, and maybe Ware at this point has the highest upside on this Miami team. The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? Chris, what's up, Chris? I'm a Heat fan, but Atlanta will win today. We'll see, Chris, we'll see. No Bam, no Hero, so it is an uphill battle against this Atlanta team. But like I said, you do have Kel'el Ware, and we'll see if maybe he can raise his game with those two guys out as he continues to develop here so far this year. We get the Jaime Jaquez, one of the most important bench players in the league so far. 15 points per game, 15.5 points per game off the bench, almost 6 boards, almost 5 assists for Jaime Jaquez. 2.3 turnovers, not bad. The issue with Jaime Jaquez so far this year is that three-point shooting. This is really his biggest kryptonite so far. You got to figure this out. You got to figure this out. As a 6'6" wing, you have to figure this out, right? Like he's like in the Josh Hart mold right now, where it's like, everything you're doing is great and super additive to your team and really important for them. But if you can't improve this, if Miami ever wants to make a deep playoff run with Jaime Jaquez on the team, you can't be this big of a liability from three-point range. You have to at least become, like, even in Josh Hart's worst shooting seasons, he's still shooting like 32, 33, 34% from three-point range. 22.5 from three-point range for Jaime Jaquez is not going to cut it at all. You can't be a one-trick pony. And right now, all he can really do is put his head down and go to the basket. Right? Jaquez is realizing his full potential. It's only year 3. He's still only 24 years old, has more time to develop. But he's got to be able to fix this if he wants to take the next step in his development and be a part of a winning franchise, whether it's with Miami or not, if he, eventually moves on to a different team. If he wants to be a part of a winning team and a winning situation and be like a big piece of it, he has to be a respectable three-point shooter. I'm not asking him to be 40. I'm asking him to be 35, 36% from three-point range on low volume. That's all I'm asking for, right? Jaquez is realizing his full potential in year 3 because he's putting his head down, he's going to the basket. I think the offense that Spoelstra has instilled is really good for a guy like Jaime Jaquez. It's really working out for him. But, that three-point shooting is going to hold them back if they ever really want to win big with Jaime Jaquez around. We get to Davion Mitchell, who's been a nice surprise is maybe too strong of a way to describe Davion Mitchell because he's always been solid in whatever role he's in, whether it's with Sacramento or when he moved on to Toronto or now here with Miami Heat. He's always been solid. Now getting like the full opportunity as the legit full-on starting point guard here. 10 a game, almost 8 assists a game is just really nice for a starting point guard. Also, he's just a really good bulldog of a defensive player. The only thing that holds him back is, unfortunately, his size at 6 feet. There's really nothing you can do about that, right? Especially considering he's like not a dominant offensive player. Like usually if you are size challenged, you are either a backup guard who like only has to play a couple of minutes here and there in like spurts, like a TJ McConnell, like a Tyler Kolek now for the Knicks, guys like that. Or you're a superstar level offensive talent, like a Jalen Brunson, like an Isaiah Thomas back in the day with the Boston Celtics, guys like that. This size as a defensive first, pass first point guard is really rough as an architect to be a starting point guard, but he's still really good. He's a really good NBA player, but if Miami wants to take the next step, they might have to find a bigger sized point guard to have Davion Mitchell be able to back up or maybe even just play alongside, just have more size out there. Unfortunately for Davion Mitchell, size is really important in the NBA, right? Looking at his box score, his counting stats, 37 from 3, 50 from the field is really good. 53 from the foul line is incredibly troubling. Brother, you got to knock down your free throws. But Mitchell is just solid. He's just a really good point guard. Really good for them. Probably best as a backup. Now, they did draft Kaspars Jakučionis, who is finally healthy and available to play here for Miami. So that is a guy they're going to develop, and maybe he's their point guard of the future. But as of right now, Davion Mitchell having a really good season. But there is a limit, I think, to where you can get to with Davion Mitchell as your starter. We get to Pelle Larsson, solid 3-and-D archetypical player off the bench, 8.7 a game, 2.5 boards, 3.2 assists. Shooting it at only 34% from three-point range, so not most knockdown three-point shooter, but like I said about Jaime Jaquez, if you can get to somewhat respectable, like this is well below average so far this year. I believe three-point shooting average this year is hovering around 38-ish%. So this is a subpar three-point shooting season for Pelle Larsson, but he does have that reputation and respect as a three-point shooter. They know if he's open, he'll knock it down, so oftentimes he will get run off the line a little bit here. 44 from the field is fine. He's also like a bulldog of a defender like Davion Mitchell. Just plays hard, hustles, grabs 50-50 balls, does the dirty work. He's, a nice, solid 7th, 8th man off the bench. David Ott Jr. said, in casual professional wear tonight. Absolutely, brother, absolutely. You already know. We got the Simone Fontecchio, who to start the year was just setting the nets on fire. He's now down to 37% from 3, which is around league average, so he's a good shooter, but boy, oh boy, did he essentially fall off a cliff. I know he's now down to an average three-point shooting season, but he was shooting it before like 12 games into the year, 15 games into the year, like over 50% from three-point range. And so now it is definitely categorized as falling off a cliff, dropping 13 percentage points to now being at 37, which is not great. Not great for Simone Fontecchio, not great for the Miami Heat, who really need a lot of this perimeter shooting. Under 40 from the field because he's mostly taking spot-up threes or catch-and-shoot threes or movement threes. He's just not knocking them down at the rate in which they need him to knock them down in order to be super effective on this team. He's got good size at 6'7", plays hard defensively, not the quickest light of foot kind of guy, so he can get blown by pretty easily if matched up on quicker guards. Mostly good as a 9th, 10th man off the bench, just filling up some minutes for them. David said, do cycle back tomorrow? What you mean by that, David? What you mean by that? Now we get to over to the Atlanta Hawks in the starting lineup. Johnson. Porzingis is available tonight? Or is that the last time they met? That might have been the last time they met, because I'm pretty sure Porzingis is out with the illness still. But Trae Young is available. He is back. A lot has been made about how well Atlanta was playing without Trae Young. I will say they were still hovering around 500, and now that Trae Young is back, then guess what? They're still hovering around 500. I just don't know how much of an impact Trae Young has on this Hawks team as in terms of like helping them win basketball games, but we'll see. I think we need more of a sample size, especially considering he's just coming back from the injury. So let him shake off the rust. Let him get acclimated with like this new team with Nickeil Alexander-Walker is kind of the go-to perimeter guy while he was out, with Jaylen Johnson making this leap, and we'll get to in a second here, that he has so far. But, you know, just coming back from the injury, 19 a game, 42 from the field, 27.7 from three. The efficiency has been absolutely horrendous for Trae Young. David said Deuce back tomorrow for the Knicks. Maybe, David. He's listed as questionable. He could play, he could not play. I could see it going either way. Trae Young, 19 a game, like we said, 9 assists, which is cool, great, awesome. He was averaging 4.9 assists. Obviously, only played a handful of games to start the year before he goes out with the injury. But since being back, has done a really good job of taking care of the ball. I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact of how well Jaylen Johnson has become as a playmaker. It is not entirely reliant on Trae Young making everything happen. Only down to 2 turnovers per game, which is a huge development. If he can just be a really good Robin to Jaylen Johnson's Batman, and we'll get to that discussion in a second here, I think he could be a really nice, serviceable guard for them. The issue is always going to plague him. He's listed as 6'1". He's obviously not 6'1". He's probably closer to like 5'11", 5'10" even. Trae Young just working his way back, so I'm not going to kill him for the shooting splits, but he's never been a very efficient basketball player to begin with. Tay Cowboy said, I saw Deuce was out. Deuce is listed as questionable going into tomorrow, so maybe he'll play, maybe he won't play. We'll have to wait and see. David, no Hart. Also, no Josh Hart. He has already been ruled out for tomorrow with the ankle injury. No further updates on Josh Hart other than he is out for tomorrow. Now we get to Jaylen Johnson. I wrote down here, we all saw the leap that Jaylen Johnson was making last year, and we were all like, ooh, yeah, how real is that? Let's see what he does next year. Is it just like an end of the year got hot as teams like were playing as seriously? Because that tends to happen. Teams who aren't really in a big playoff push end up with their young players end up playing extremely well, and then a lot is overblown about the way they ended the year in terms of their stats and their efficiency and whatnot. Like at one point, Quickly and Obi Toppin were both averaging like 20 and 10 to end the regular season for the New York Knicks back in the day. Obviously, they're both really good players, but never really haven't really hit those peaks as players for an overall season. Now, Jaylen Johnson made a similar leap towards the end of last year. It was more so the second half, and less so just the end of the season last year. It was more so the second half of last year. But Jaylen Johnson has taken what he did last year, come into this year, and has amplified it. He's been even better. 24 a game, 10.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists is absolutely no joke. He's hitting my threshold of 3.5 turnovers. This is as far as I think you can go with your turnover game. Now with Trae Young back, hopefully he can also start to trim down some of these turnovers as he doesn't have to do all of the playmaking, ball handling himself, right? 52 from the field, 82 from the foul line, 38 from three-point range is like excellent shooting splits for a high usage forward like him. And we wrote down here, he is proving he's more than just a good Robin. He really just might be a Batman on a team, right? He might not just be a sidekick. He might be a 1A type of dude, and then I need my own sidekick. That might be Trae Young, because Trae Young always seemed a little overtasked as a Batman. Now Jaylen Johnson as the best player on the team. Maybe Trae Young can transition into the second best player on the team, and maybe they can make something like that work a lot more than if Trae Young was the best player on the team and had Jaylen Johnson as a sidekick. So we'll see how they continue to learn each other, build chemistry with this new version of Jaylen Johnson. They should obviously definitely still lean more towards Jaylen Johnson with the way he's been playing and have Trae Young as like this secondary playmaker type of dude, a dynamic shooter, handler, operator, playmaker, and whatnot. So the chemistry between these two players will dictate where Atlanta goes, because I think Jaylen Johnson is pretty secure here as the face of the franchise at this point, and Atlanta is going to either look at Trae Young as a part of the solution, or he's going to be involved in a trade in this offseason, right? It is now up to Trae Young and how he plays the remainder of the season. Namar said, any update on Landry Shamet? No real update, unfortunately. No real update. He's still listed as out. Fleas is correct. Still listed as out versus Atlanta tomorrow. Are they playing Atlanta tomorrow? Right? Because they play every other day. They don't have any back-to-back. So they'll be playing Atlanta on the second night of a back-to-back? That would be glorious. That'd be a little bit of a help. They do. They play Atlanta tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Okay. That should help them a little bit. Should. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Yup, back-to-back. Hey, the Knicks getting a little bit of the benefit from the schedule. They deserve it. They deserve it, right? But Jaylen Johnson expecting another big game from him here today. Porzingis is out, still out with the illness, still out with, whatever he was listed as. It seems like maybe they have some level of control over it. They thought maybe they had a level of control over it before the season started. Still out. He's still out. David said, I think after the Joker game last night, I named him MVP. Maybe. Wasn't that Jokic triple-double awesome last night? It was, David, it was. I'm so happy we got to stay up and watch the whole thing. Because I was really contemplating. I was tired going into that game, and I was like, I don't know. Should we just cancel it? We already did 2 games. It was great. Good night. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. I want to watch this game anyway. The middle 2 games were not good, and I'm so happy we got to watch it. Incredible game. He also, like you said, may have just announced himself like, hey, SGA, you just lost 3 times San Antonio Spurs. Get on my level, big dog. Put the Superman cape on. Drag your team to a victory. I'm down 3 starters playing Minnesota, and Minnesota beat you. So Jokic may have just been like, yeah, it was real cute what you were doing. Real cute, but, sustained excellence is what I'm about. We get over to Dyson Daniels now. Dyson Daniels is good. He's solid. Great. Awesome. The issue is he's shooting goddamn 13.5% for three-point range. Brother, what is this? What is this number? He shot 34% for three-point range last year. He was somewhat respectable. Somewhat. Right? They're always still going to dare Dyson Daniels to shoot threes. 13.5% from 3 is pathetic. This is embarrassing. This is like if I was rooting for a team where a player on it, a starter on it, a guard nonetheless, was shooting 13.5 from three-point range in 2025, I'd be ready to ship him off. Like, you are not going to be able to play in a playoff series shooting 13.5% from three-point range. You're just not. And it doesn't matter how awesome he is defensively, which, by the way, the playmaking defense that he was highlighted last year from Dyson Daniels was damn near record-setting from him, has dwindled down to just 2. It's still really impressive, but 2 is it's just good. That's not game-changing. 11.5 points, 6.4 boards, 5.7 assists. He does a little bit of everything. He's solid. He's still only 22 years old, has immense upside. This is embarrassing. This can't hold. I don't really have much to say about that because we know what he's capable of defensively. It's just, if you can't even hit an open 3, you're not going to be able to play in a playoff series. You're just not. And at this point in the season, with you battling, trying to get out of the play-in situation for the first time in a while for Atlanta, with Jaylen Johnson making leaps, Atlanta's going to start looking around and they're like, okay, what are the pieces that work best around Jaylen Johnson? Well, we're going to need to surround him with shooters. That ain't you, big dog. That ain't you. And if you are not going to be a game-changing defensive player, if you're just going to be really good, you're going to be on the trade block. They're going to look to get you up out of there for some sort of upgrade offensively here. We get over to Zach Ricochet, and Zach Ricochet, former number 1 overall pick, 11 points per game, 3 boards, 1.6 assists. We've had this conversation about Zach Ricochet this year. It still holds true. Still waiting for some kind of pop, some kind of leap, some kind of run even from Zach Ricochet. Listen, he's only 20 years old. Immense upside. Saying that about a lot of the young players on this team, like Jaylen Johnson, like Dyson Daniels, all these guys. 20 years old is extremely young. I get that. 6'8", great size. Great build. He's got a long wingspan, all the things. 11 a game, 3 boards, 1.6 assists. Is actually, the counting stats are actually a little bit lower in comparison to where they were last year. Efficiency is not the greatest. 46 from the field, 67.5 from the foul line, 33.5% from three-point range. Unfortunately for a guy like Zachary Ricochet, he has the expectation of being a number 1 overall pick. I think everybody realized that was a really weak draft. He's not really a number 1 overall pick. He was just kind of maybe the best player available with the most upside. But Alex Sarr is making a little bit of a leap. He's playing a lot better for Washington. Your contemporaries who were also in that draft are looking at you like, hey, we're contributing, right? We're helping out. I believe Steph Castle was in that draft. Yeah, Steph Castle was in that draft. And we're seeing what Steph Castle is doing. And so people are going to start looking at Zachary Rieseshay like, we get it, you're young, but so are these other guys. And you're not showing any improvement so far this year in year 2. Just year 2. Still plenty of time. Every development path is different. It's not always linear. Actually, it's very rarely linear. But, brother, they need you to step up, especially with Trae Young being out. An opportunity opened up, and he didn't seize it. He didn't grab it. And so, like a lot of these guys, if Atlanta has a guy like Jaylen Johnson, they're going to start looking around. They're going to start looking at players, and they're saying, okay, what are the best kinds of players to have around Jaylen Johnson? A 6'8 wing who's not much of a threat from the perimeter, not much of a threat to finish inside, not the greatest defender, might just be a trade piece, right? Because when you find your cornerstone, then you start to build your team around him. And I'm not sure Zachary Rieseshay, if he doesn't improve in any of these areas in the next coming years and next coming seasons, including this season, I talk about that NBA development clock is a very fast clock. It is not a normal clock. A lot of people think that there's a lot of time left for Zachary Rieseshay to develop, and there is for his NBA career, but not necessarily here in Atlanta. But like a lot of guys, as the season going on and we start to see, it's also, like I said, you're not even seeing really flashes from Zachary Rieseshay. Like maybe a play here and there where you're like, oh, yeah, do that more often. But he's not having like extended stretches of like, oh, yeah, for a 6-game period, he was averaging 18 a game. He's not having stretches like that. And I think you really need to see a situation where Zachary Rieseshay takes the reins of this team and he's like, you know what, I'm feeling it, I'm on fire, I'm attacking the basket, I'm finishing, I'm snagging rebounds, 3 boards, 1.6 assists. Not even doing like the dirty work stuff if you're not going to be a high-level scorer at this point, right? David said Cooper and Dylan Harper looking 1 and 2 for Rookie of the Year. They are. The crazy thing about that is like Derek Queen exists. VJ Edgecombe exists. But Cooper, Flag, and Derek Harper definitely look like 1 and 2 right now. Actually, no. Con Knipple's number 2. Dylan Harper's number 3. There's too many good rookies. It's Cooper, Flag, Con Kniple, Dylan Harper, Derek Queen. No, it's Cooper, Flag, Con Kniple, 1 and 2. That's locked in. Cooper, Flag, Con Kniple. I'm still going to go VJ Edgecombe 3. I'll go Dylan Harper 4. I'll go Derek Queen 5. Splackavelli, what's up, Splack? Good day, Chevy. Unrelated, but would you take Con for over 16.5 points? Yeah, I would. He averages damn near 18, 19 points, something like that. The Flea said that's Atlanta's Frank Ntilikina. Pretty decent comparison, I will say. Ntilikina never averaged 11 points per game. I'll say that. So he is better than him in that regard, but I understand the comparison. Right now, a lot more hypothetical, a lot more potential than actual production for Zachary Rieseshay. Lano Monas, what's up, Lano? I'm pretty good, Lano. Pretty good. Still a little tired from yesterday's action, but I'm ready to go. Napped it up. Even slept in a little bit later than usual. I'm ready to go. We get over to Keil Alexander-Walker, one of the most important offseason acquisitions for any team this offseason. He was stolen away, picked off from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and boy, oh boy, did the Minnesota Timberwolves miss him. Coming to Atlanta here and has just unpeeled his game. He's been phenomenal so far this year. I did not think he could be a 20-point-per-game scorer in the NBA, but boy, oh boy, there he is. 20 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and the shooting splits are damn good. 45 from the field, 37 from 3, 85 from the free throw line. He was starting for the injured Trae Young for a month stretch there and was really good in that stretch. Now coming off the bench for them, just adds another depth piece to this Atlanta team, which is really good. Hopefully they can bring it all together and actually make some noise here in the Eastern Conference. Doug Fresh said Jugger will be MVP this year, not unless he gets hurt for the rest of the season. That man is too nice. Yeah, he might just be trying to reclaim that throne from SGA for sure. I think right now he definitely holds the trophy. And it looks like we're about to get to the tip-off here. So real quick, Onyeka Okongwu was shooting the lights out of the ball a while ago. He's now down to about 34.5%. I'll round up for you. 35% for three-point range. It's good. It's solid. He's supposed to be the backup to Kristaps Porzingis, who remains out with the injury. Pelle Larsson is in the starting lineup for the Heat, by the way, for the injured Bam Adebayo. But he's solid as a big, but maybe my expectations of him as a starting center were a little bit overblown, especially considering he's small for a center at only 6'10". Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zach Rieseshay, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu. in the starting lineup for the Atlanta Hawks. And Luke Kennard is just, we know what to expect from Luke Kennard. He's going to shoot some threes. He's going to make a couple of passes. 7 points per game for him. Kind of all he really does. He's solid, but obviously a traffic cone defensively. And that's going to wrap up our pregame rundown right on time for the start of the game here. Here we go. And am I muted? Or is just I am muted? Here we go. Lower the volume there. We can turn it on. Also, we get those lights out of the way. There we go. Should be a fun game. I feel like both of these teams pretty evenly matched for the most part. Pretty evenly matched. Also very interested. Part of the reason I also wanted to watch this game today, part of the reason was because I want to watch the relationship between Johnson and Trae Young and how they sort of figure that out, right? Here we go. Kel'el Ware wins the tip. And here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell has it up top. They get it over to Larson. Larson gets it over to Wiggins. Wiggins swings through to his right, being guarded by Riza coming off a double screen. Trae Young switched onto him. He spins right off of him in the paint. Kicks it out to Larson. They swing it up top to Powell. Jab step coming to his left. Driving it down the lane. Pump fakes. Low fall away jumper. Banks it in for Norman Powell. Nice solid offensive possession for Miami to open up the game. Here comes Riza bringing it down the other way. Riza has it up top, being guarded by Wiggins. They get over to Johnson. Johnson being guarded by Larson. Not the greatest matchup there. Hand it off to Daniels. Daniels being guarded by Larson on a switch. They get over to Young. Young back to Daniels. Attacks it. Driving it down. Gets picked off by Norman Powell. Good defense from the Heat. Bad offense from Atlanta, throwing it right to them. Norman Powell attacking the baseline. Dribbles it off his own foot. And the ball is going to go the other way. No, they call a foul. Wow. Miami and Norman Powell catch a really big break there. Looked like they really just dribbled it off his own foot. Well, the ball is going to stay here with Miami. They hit Riza with a foul. They get it into Wiggins, coming to right off a Ware screen. Again, same situation. Trae Young picks up Wiggins off the switch, spins along the baseline. Okongwu steps up on the help. They swing it over to Powell, extra pass to Larson. Larson fires a left wing three well contested. Didn't matter as he splashes it, nothing but net. 5-0 start for Miami. Here comes Riza. Riza has it up top, being guarded by Wiggins. Looking for somebody. They get it over to Johnson, being guarded by Larson, backing him down. Back up top, Riza straight away three, well contested. Didn't matter, he knocked it down. Both of these teams running pretty good offense so far to start. Aside from that first offensive possession from Atlanta, where they just threw it right to Miami. Larson on the left wing, spinning, coming to his right. Up top to Powell. Powell gets it over to Wiggins. Wiggins pump fakes from three, drives down to his right, throws up the floater off glass, and he banks it in. These two teams now trading baskets, 7-3 to start, 10:20 to go. 11:20 to go. No, 10:20 to go. Did my timer stop? My timer did stop for some reason. There we go. Johnson bringing it down, coming to his right. Now they get it back to Trae Young. They get it back to Johnson. He's got Mitchell guarding him. Obviously a big size and strength advantage. And then spins quickly off of him, driving to the rim, and draws the foul on Mitchell. He's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Greg Prime. What's up, Greg Prime? Greg said, thanks for the membership, Chef. It wasn't me, brother. Somebody in the chat, somebody in the community gifted you a membership. But shout out to you, Greg. Shout out to you, man. Johnson does miss a free throw. Can't be missing free throws, brother. Can't be missing free throws at all. 10:09 to go. Timer was a little behind. We'll catch up here as Johnson does at least knock down the second free throw. 1 point to the wrong side. My bad. It is 7-4. A 3-point game. You get over to Wiggins up top, being guarded by Riza. Coming to his right up the Ware screen. Now drives right past Trae Young, who doesn't even look to switch on Wiggins this time, and he gives Wiggins a wide open lane to the basket. He finishes right over Okongwu. Terrible defense from Atlanta so far to start. Very much picking on Trae Young. And they hand it off to Trae Young, coming down along the left baseline, throws up the floater, can't get it to go down. Powell with the rebound, quick outlet to Mitchell. Mitchell shot out of a cannon, bringing it down against Daniels, putting his head down, attacking, kicks out to Powell. Powell down the lane, gets stripped, loses the handle, and a late foul call is called, and it should send Powell to the foul line for 2 more free throws. 9:36 to go. And the foul is on Trae Young. David said, Knicks got a tough stretch now. 3-game road trip. to home and Big West road trip, all hands on. Yeah, hopefully they can get a little bit more healthy as they take on some tougher teams here. Powell knocks down the first free throw. Atlanta's defense to open up the game is really rough to start. And again, very much picking on Trae Young. Every reaction is Wiggins coming to his right, going right at Trae Young. And for the first two times, they switched it, and Miami was able to swing the ball around once help defense had to come. And they ended up with open looks. Then Trae Young tried to hedge and recover and not switch, and it just gave Wiggins a wide open lane to the basket, and he got a layup out of it. So Jaylen Johnson almost turns it over, does turn it over on a bad pass, bad kick-out attempt. Davion Mitchell pushing it the other way. Norman Powell steps behind the three-point line off a rhythm dribble. Can't knock down the three. It comes up short and careens off the side of the rim and goes out of bounds. Here comes Atlanta bringing it down the other way. Trae Young has it up top, attacking to his left, down the lane, takes some contact, and gets the layup to go. Bad defense from Powell as Mitchell was explaining to Powell what he thought he was going to do. David Osh Jr. said OKC and Spurs on the road, and Hawks twice in 5 days. The Knicks and the Hawks always play some interesting competitive games, but I think this Knicks team is different. Did they play OKC? Are we talking about the Knicks, David? I don't think they play OKC until like March or something. Trae Young does knock down his and one free throw. 11-7. Wiggins on the left wing, attacking to his right, spins, kicks out to Powell. Powell tracking to his left. It's caught on the basket. The kick out to Wiggins. Wiggins driving it down, back to Powell. Powell pump fakes, driving it down through the lane. Kicks it out to Mitchell, extra pass. Larson, a left wing three, same spot, same result for Pell Larson. That's 2 in a row from that same spot right there. Back up by 7. Miami goes 14-7. Here comes Dyson Daniels, who just bullies Andrew Wiggins right to the rim and knocks down the scoop layup past him. Good drive and finish for Dyson Daniels there. Ware, who has been very quiet so far to start. They get it out to Mitchell. Mitchell sidestep three as Trae Young gets lost on the Ware screen. Loose ball, battle for it, knocked out of bounds by Pell Larson, and it's going to go to Atlanta here. Trini Boyle ex-boss. What's up, boss? Namar, what's up, Namar? Hopefully Landry Shamet back in January for a tough stretch coming up. I hope he's back for the start of 2026 for sure. I'm with you. Trae Young has it up top, coming to his right, the Okongo screen, pocket pass to Okongo. They kick it out to Rizashay, attacking to his right in the lane, throws up the little push floater. Got it to go down for Rizashay. Nice start for Rizashay. He's up to 5 points already so far early here. Mitchell, cross-court pass to Wiggins. Wiggins in the corner to Larson. Larson jab step, attacking Trae Young off the bounce. Down the lane to kick it out to Wiggins. Pump fake jab step, steps back for a three. Rizashay has the space. Can't knock down the three as Johnson comes in for the rebound. Good box out on Ware by Okongwu. Johnson up top leaves it off for Okongwu. Back to Johnson. Johnson hesitates from three, being guarded by Ware. They lob it over the top to Okongwu, and he gets the easy layup to go over Powell. Good pass from Onyeka Okongwu there. Davion Mitchell up top being guarded by Trae Young. They swing it out to Powell. Fading out of bounds, puts up the three, comes up short on it. Johnson with the rebound. Miami now settling for some bad shots. Atlanta taking advantage of it. It's a 1-point game, 14-13. Johnson driving to his left down the lane. Stop, pump fake, spin, fall-away jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Jaylen Johnson. And Atlanta takes a 1-point lead with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here comes that Davion Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell has it up top on the left wing, being guarded by Young. Cross-court pass out to Larson. Pump fakes, driving past Johnson in the lane, throws up the floater. Nope, it was a lob pass to Kel'el Ware, who throws it down. And our first sighting of Kel'el Ware tonight, who's been very quiet. And now these two teams trading baskets, trading leads. Okongwu out of the left corner for three, can't get it to go. Wiggins, good weak side rebound against Rizashay. Hit ahead pass to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down against Daniels. Not going to look to attack. Now he is attacking to his left. Stops, kicks it out to Powell. Powell being guarded by Trae Young. Might as well isolate in this situation. Nope, they hit a cross-court pass to Wiggins. Now over to Larson. Larson on the right wing. He's going to isolate against Jaylen Johnson. Pump fake, leans in, flips it up to the left hand. Got it to go down. I don't think that was good offensive process from the Miami Heat there. They had Norman Powell being guarded by Trae Young, and instead they swung it over to Pell Larson being guarded by Jaylen Johnson, and asked Pell Larson to go one-on-one against him, but it all worked out in the end. As Larson did a good job getting into the paint and knocking down a left-handed push shot. 18-15 with 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Frank, what's up, Frank? You guys are talking about the Knicks' schedule coming up is pretty tough. We can take a look at the Knicks' schedule if you guys want. Play Atlanta tomorrow. It's the second night of a back-to-back for Atlanta. So hopefully this is a close game down the stretch, and they could end up pretty tired. But if we go to the Knicks' schedule, they have Atlanta. They have New Orleans. They do have another rematch against the Spurs coming up before New Year's Eve, actually, December 31st. That is a 7 o'clock game. Then you have Atlanta again, Philadelphia. Then you have Detroit coming up at Detroit. And that's the second night of a back-to-back against Philadelphia as well, by the way. But then you have Detroit, you have the Lakers. I mean, not the Lakers. You have LA. You have the Clippers versus the Clippers, too. And then you go on a West Coast road trip. Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Golden State, Phoenix. So that's a pretty tough West Coast road trip. Phoenix is good. Portland is pretty decent. Sacramento sucks. Golden State is decent. And then Phoenix is pretty good. So pretty tough. Oh, well, you come back home and play Phoenix. Obviously, you're not going to play them twice in Phoenix. So pretty tough stretch there overall for the Knicks, though. Pretty tough schedule overall. And then you play Dallas, who's been playing well. You play Brooklyn, who's been playing well. And then you play Philly again. You do have a couple of days of rest by then, by the end of January. But what in terms of the rest, what does it look like? Because they're every other day, if not a back-to-back, until so they're every other day until you get to the new year. Then they have a back-to-back, and then the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th. And then they have a couple of days off out on the West Coast to travel from Portland to Sacramento, which isn't really a bunch of days of rest, but at least they have 2 days off there. But that's because it's a back-to-back Wednesday to Thursday, so that's going to negate the rest they have. And then they have Saturday, and then they have Monday, and then they have Wednesday, and then they have a couple of days off to go at Philly after being home against Brooklyn. So pretty tough stretch there in January. My goodness. AP said, meanwhile, Detroit's West Coast trip is Sacramento, Portland, and the Pelicans. What's up, AP? What's up? Yeah. Trini said Pell is doing pretty good right now. He is. He is. Cav moving official. What's up, Cav? Thank God we're winning. AB said, and Utah, I think. Yeah, they played Utah the other night. Played Utah the 23rd. Keenahar, what's up, Keenahar? Boy, do I want to see the West be Nuggets versus Spurs. I'm with you. On that one. Here we go. We're back into our game here. Johnson has it up top. They get it over to Mo Gay, who's now in the game. They hand it back off to Johnson. Johnson coming to his left, driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater. Well contested. Can't get the floater to go down. Kel'el Ware ripping the rebound away from Johnson. Good fight from him. Howell able to pick up the loose ball. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell up top being guarded by Johnson on a mismatch. He's going to dance with it. Crosses over. Step back mid-range jumper. And Davion Mitchell got to his spot and knocked it down. Good move from him. Now 20-15, a 5-point lead for Miami. Alexander Walker is also now in the game. Crosses over to his right, loses the handle, picks it up, kicks out to Mo Gay. They swing it around to Daniels. Daniels on the left wing. Dancing with it against Powell. Stops, turns, spins. Mitchell knocks it loose. Kasper Jakuchonis is now in the game, and he knocks it loose as well. Allows Davion Mitchell to pick it up, and now the Heat rushing it down the other end. They get it into Ware in the post. Flips up a righty hook shot. Got it to go over Rizachet, who came over on the help side. And Miami putting together a nice little run here. Kel'el Ware getting active. They threw it to him in the post, knocking it down. Jaime Jaquez is also in. He's guarding Jalen Johnson. He settles for the pull-up three. Comes up short. Long rebound. Powell digs down and pulls it out. Here comes Mitchell bringing it down the other way, being guarded by Rizachet. Attacking to his left. Bump. Kicks it out to Jakuchonis, the rookie. Pulls it back out as well. Good defense from Daniels, the stick in front of him. Back to Mitchell, being guarded by Rizachet. Crosses over, coming to his right, stops, kicks it in the corner to Ware. Now over to Powell, now over to the rookie Jakuchonis. He's got a fire three with the shot clock winding down. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Johnson able to pick it up. They get it over to Alexander Walker. Has it up top, dancing with it. Pulls it all the way back out. Alexander Walker attacking to his left. High off glass with the left hand, can't get it to go. Good defense from Miami. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down. Cross-court pass to Jaquez. Jaquez, full head of steam, putting his head down, attacking, blowing right past Alexander Walker. Leaves it off for Powell, and Powell gets an easy two-handed slam cutting along the baseline. And a 9-point lead has opened up for Miami just like that. You know, I said Kel'el is my favorite player in the Heat. Yeah, I really like watching Kel'el. I liked watching him when he was at Oregon. I was surprised he didn't come out of the draft. I understood that, like, all the talk around him, he was probably likely going to go late first round, if not maybe even second round, after his freshman year. So instead transferred over to Indiana. Didn't like the way his freshman year went. Transferred over to Indiana. Under Mike Woodson, by the way. Had a little bit of a better season at Indiana. Eventually was like, okay, I got into the draft. Got into the draft, got drafted by Miami, fell out of the lottery. Not that he was projected to go in the lottery, but he definitely had lottery talent. And ended up going mid-first round to Miami. He's really good. He's really good. I said, yeah, Wemby versus Joker. It's just going to be nice to see Wembanyama and the Spurs in a playoff setting against anybody. Because we could say that about anybody. We could say, yeah, Wemby taking on Chet Holmgren and the Thunder and SGA and like how much he hates that team, and that's great. And they're 3-0 against them in the regular season. That's awesome. That's going to be a good matchup. Them versus Houston would be a good matchup. Wemby versus Şengün and Kevin Durant. That'd be awesome. Wemby versus Joker is obviously incredible. Probably my favorite matchup of all the ones I just mentioned. David said first matchup is March 12th. Yeah, against OKC. Yeah, so really long time. Really long time for the Knicks. Again, they have a tough start of the new year there. So by the time, and they going into February, they have the Lakers, they have Washington. That's an easy one. But then you got Denver, Detroit, Boston. Tough stretch there. You got Detroit, Houston, Chicago, Cleveland, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Toronto, Oklahoma City, Denver. My goodness, Lakers. My goodness, this stretch here in February going into March as well is tough. Can we get some easy games? Can we get some easy ones thrown in there? My goodness. Here we go. And then going into March, we have an easy schedule. Our schedule lightens up once we get into March. On the West Coast road trip, you have the Clippers, Utah, and then you fly to Indiana. And then you have Golden State, Indiana, Memphis, Brooklyn, Washington, New Orleans, Charlotte. Okay, a little bit of an easy stretch there. But then you have Oklahoma City at Oklahoma City, March 29th. Then you're at Houston. Great. And then you end the season, Chicago, Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, Charlotte. So pretty light end to the season as well, last couple of games there. There really is no like super easy stretch in their schedule. They have like one really easy stretch in their schedule. Here we go. Johnson bringing it back down after the timeout. 24-15 with 4:24 to go. Johnson up top, hands it off to Alexander Walker, coming to his left, being guarded by Jaquez. Bump Euro down the lane. Wild pass, kick out to Johnson, goes into the backcourt, and it is a backcourt violation for the Atlanta Hawks. Ball going back to Miami where they could take a double-digit lead. Currently leading by 9 here, 24-15. Here comes Miami bringing it down. Drew Smith has it up top, who's now checked in. Vic Krejci guarding him, who's checked in for Atlanta. Go over to Powell. Now over to Jaku Jonas. Jaku Jonas gets it over to Ware. Ware straightaway 3. Over Mo Gay. Can't get it to go. Good rebound for Dyson Daniels there. Here comes Johnson bringing it down the other way. Johnson dancing with it. Tries to hand it off to Alexander Walker. Gets knocked into the backcourt by Norman Powell. Alexander Walker goes back to retrieve it, bringing it down now, coming to his right up the Daniels screen, picks up his handle, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson attacking to his right, gets in the lane, kicks it out. Alexander Walker, right wing 3, got it to go. Alexander Walker off the bench, and immediately a nice impact for the Atlanta Hawks there, 24-18. Here comes Jaku Jonas bringing it down the right wing, up top to Jaquez, swings it over to Smith. Smith now back to Jaquez. Jaquez attacking, crossing over to his left. Stop, turn, spin, kicks out to Jaku Jonas. Jaku Jonas one-on-one against Johnson, driving to his right, pump fake. Pulls it back out to kick it out to Drew Smith. Shot clock winding down. Drew Smith going one-on-one against Vic Krejci. Catches, pump fake, leans in, looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Good defense from Krejci to go straight up. Here comes Johnson bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, attacking. Gets into the lane, kicks out to Krejci. Krejci off the catch, fires, got it to go. Back-to-back threes for Atlanta. Pulls them back within 3 here. 24-21 with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jaku Jonas has it up on the right wing. Swings it over to Jaquez. They swing it around. Drew Smith attacking along the left baseline. Pulls it back out as he gets cut off by Krejci. They swing it over to Jaquez. Ball knocked out of his hands. He recovers it. Now over to Powell, who blows right past the defense, but can't get the scoop layup to go. Good hands from Alexander Walker to at least knock it loose and make it difficult. They spray it out to Johnson. Johnson, pass fake down the lane. Euro takes a bump, knocks down the floater anyway, and he's going to go to the foul line for 1, where he can tie the game at 24 here. A quick 8-0 run with Johnson going to the foul line for 1 more. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Need Wiggins for 2 threes? We'll see. We'll see. AP said, no wonder James Dolan was mad. Look at all those different channels that he's losing in games. That should be on MSG. Well, when you're a good team, you get national TV games. Kind of is what it is, right? He will make more money by having people. He'll make more. Listen, he's making more than enough money. He's charging like $350 just for you to watch through the Gotham Sports app. So, yeah, boo-hoo to James Dolan. Johnson does knock down his free throw. Jonas coming to his right, takes a bump from Mogay, and he gets fouled, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2. Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? Kenar said Clarkson, not good. Did have a good game, but then so did Payne occasionally. True. 6 Kulus, what's up, 6? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the subscription. Hope you're having a good time tonight. The Flea said Gotham is 350. You're lying. For the year, it's over 300. I think it's like 320 or something. Something like that. 320 for the year. It's a one-time payment per year. Like $320. AB said, I think Gotham is an MSG yes collab. It is, but it's also the only way to stream MSG games if you don't have cable. It is the only way to watch the Knicks. With the blackout rules that the NBA has. Because NBA teams want their own personal channels, like James Dolan has with MSG. AB said, if you get cable, it's free. It's not free if you get cable. You're paying for cable. You're still paying for it. Jacko Jones knocked down both of his free throws, so it's 26-24. Trae Young is back in. He has it up top. They get it over to Krejci. Krejci left corner 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Is that Jovic? Jovic picks it up, bringing it down, spins off of Trae Young. Euro's in lane to kick it out to Jaquez, who's open for 3 and obviously doesn't want to take it. Shooting it terribly from 3 this year. They swing it over to Jacko Jonas instead, who is not bashful about putting up that 3 and knocks it down. Alexander Walker down the other lane. Can't get the floor to go. Jovic does a really good job of knocking the rebound out to his teammates. Drew Smith has it up top. Leaves it off for Jovic, who's going to walk into a straightaway 3. Not a good look. Comes up short on it. Here comes Trae Young bringing it down. Trae Young up top. Dance with it against Drew Smith. Rhythm dribble 3. And Trae Young says, this is how you do it, Jovic. As he knocks it down, it's back to a 2-point game. 29-27. 1:30 to go. Forgot to restart the timer. We're a minute behind. 1:30 to go. Jovic down the lane. Can knock down the scoop play with the left hand. Again, not a great decision, not a great look from him. Trae Young in transition, pull up 3, knocks it down, back-to-back 3s for Trae Young. Gives Atlanta a 1-point lead, 29-30, 1:13 to go. Home run pass to Jaquez to the basket, gets chased down, blocked by Mogay, but a foul is called, and it's going to send Jovic to the Jaquez to the foul line for 2 free throws. AB said it's not $300 for 2 channels. No, but it's a one-time yearly payment of $300. I'm not going to ask you what you pay a month for your cable, brother, but probably similar price for what you pay for cable so that you have access to MSG. And also, not every cable provider carries MSG. It comes out to a probably similar price. Diego, what's up, Diego? Is Young injured? No, Trae Young is playing. He's playing. Jaquez steps to the foul line and knocks down both of them. No, he split the free throws. I'm sorry. Split the free throws. We're tied at 30. Trae Young step back mid-range follow-away jumper over Jovic. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Jaquez knocks it away from Mogay, who almost got the tip to go. And now here comes Jacko Jonas bringing it down, waving his teammates down. They swing it over to Jaquez. Jaquez on the right wing, attacking, dancing with it, stops, turns, half spin in the paint, kicks it out to Drew Smith, attacking to his right, down the lane, throws up the floater, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Wiggins battling for the rebound, ball is loose. Trae Young picks it up, shot out of a cannon, going all the way down, stops, turns, pulls it back out, leaves it off for Vic Krejci. They swing it over to Okongwu. A straightaway 3 comes up short. Mogay the offensive rebound, and then knocked out of bounds by Jaquez. 32 seconds to go. Namar said, I made YouTube TV work with MSG. Interesting. Alexander Walker gets it into Trae Young. Trae Young on the left wing gets the ball knocked out of bounds by Drew Smith. David said prime is 149. 149 a year. It is what it is. It is what it is, brother. We live in an era of subscriptions, unfortunately. Alexander Walker gets it into Okongwu. They get it out to Trae Young. Trae Young coming to his left. Being guarded by Drew Smith. Coming to his right. Dance with it. Rhythm dribble. Kicks out to Mo Gay at the last second. Fires a right wing three. Can't get it to go. But a foul is called on Jaquez on a reckless closeout. It's going to send Mo Gay to the foul line for 3 free throws with 20 seconds to go. Mo Gay knocks down his free throw. He's got 2 more coming. Atlanta takes the lead now. AB said, I remember when HBO was the only movie channel. Courtesy of Mr. Charles Dolan. True, very true. Mo Gay hit the first one, knocks down the second one. He's got another one coming. Mo Gay knocked down the first 2. He's got 1 more coming. He said, you used to get a booklet every month. I used to have to go behind the TV to flip the switch and put it on Channel 6. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mo Gay missed the third one. Jaquez gets it over to Jovic. Jovic up top, 10 seconds to go. Jovic is going to dance with it. They swing it over to Jaquez. Jaquez attacking Mo Gay off the bounce. Pump fake, steps through. Scoop layup with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Wiggins, the offensive rebound, goes up and gets the putback. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Tied at 32 there. Tied at 32. Not a bad first quarter. The Flea said, shout out to Sheffy. For real, man, these streams are my lifeline. Appreciate you, please. Appreciate you. We're just hanging out, watching some basketball together, y'all. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Nothing more than that. Just hanging out, watching some basketball. Just a couple of people who like the sport. That's it. That's all we're doing. He said, I remember when Return of the Jedi premiered in May of 1984. It's crazy, brother. It's crazy. Not gonna lie. That's old. That's old. I'm just saying, AB, that's pretty old. Pretty old. My parents were in 84. My parents were 8 years old. So they probably remember it too. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? I just want the Heat to lose. Don't really matter to me. Don't really matter to me. Miami or Atlanta, they're both 500 teams. Looking for a good game. Especially considering we play Atlanta tomorrow, so I hope this goes into like triple overtime. I hope this is a triple overtime game. I hope my Atlanta is exhausted by the end of it. I hope they are exhausted. APL is 7. Man, so you are old, brother. You're my parents' age. You're my parents' age, big dog. Caden Eastwood, what's up, Caden? We are so back. Yes, sir, Caden. Yes, sir. Back like we never left. Always here. AB said, think of all of the Knicks basketball territory I've seen, listen, you have the 80s. You have the 80s. I mean, the 90s. You also have Bernard King in the 80s. So you have things you could be happy about. Me, I grew up in the darkness. Right? You merely adopted it. I grew up in the darkness. I grew up rooting for a team that literally was already the laughingstock of the NBA. And I still decided to root for them, big dog. I had to go to school and experience the ridicule of my friends because I was a Knicks fan and had nothing to cheer for. I grew up in the darkness. The Flea said y'all belong in the Clippers roster? Crazy. Maybe said, I didn't get into the New York Knicks until 1990 in the 80s of the Lakers and Celtics and Jordan. True. Here we go. We're back in. Start of the second quarter. Okongwu Gets it over to Rizashay. Rizashay up top being guarded by Wiggins. They get over to Krejci. Krejci coming to his right. They kick it out to Rizashay. A bad pass goes to the backcourt and out of bounds. Ball going to go back to Miami. There's been a couple of times where it felt like Miami was going to pull away. But Atlanta's done a good job of crawling back and sticking around. Dai Juanje. What's up, Dai Juanje? How are you watching the game? On NBA League Pass, brother. Wiggins gets over to Jovic. Jovic up top, jab step, and they call a travel on Jovic, who was moving them pivot feet, man. He was hitting the pitter-patter. And Amar said, what was I saying? That I am mad that YouTube TV doesn't carry MSG. Yeah, unfortunately it does not. Fortunately, it does not. I know, it's super unfortunate. Kayson Wallace is in the game. Throws a bad pass as Pelle Larsson does a good job jumping the passing lane, goes all the way and gets the easy layup on the fast break. As Miami strikes first here in the second quarter. And Wallace will bring it down now. Has it up top, being guarded by Drew Smith, applying really good pressure here. Wallace spins, gets it over to Okongwu, hands it back off to Wallace. Wallace coming to his right off a good Okongwu screen, a pull-up three for Wallace. Way off on that one, tosses up a brick. Loose ball rebound, Jovic able to chase it down. He's bringing it down now on the fast break. Down the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Wallace rips it away from Jaquez, and now they're bringing it down the other way. And Jovic continues to fire away some really bad shot selections here. Asa Newell, the rookie's in the game. They swing it over to Krejci, coming to his left, hands it off to Okongwu. Okongwu spins to his right, stops, steps through, puts up a tough floater, banks it in. Onyeka Okongwu. Two teams going back and forth. Jaquez down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul on Newell. So it's going to send Jaquez to the foul line for 2 free throws. Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Go Miami. You know, I said Kayson Wallace? Wrong team, dude. No, Keaton Wallace. Keaton Wallace. Did I say Kayson Wallace? Keaton Wallace. His brother, actually. His brother. Hold on, let me not misspeak. I'm pretty sure that's his brother. Pretty sure Keaton Wallace is Kayson Wallace's brother. Keaton Wallace related to Kayson Wallace. Yes, they are brothers. I was correct. They are brothers. Did I say Kayson Wallace? I meant Keaton Wallace. The lesser-known Wallace brother. Jaquez knocks down both free throws. Rizashay gets it over to Okongwu. Hands it off to Wallace. Coming to his left in the corner. Newell, jab step. Coming to his right. Kicks out to Wallace. Now coming to his left off the Newell screen. And Keaton Wallace tried to throw a hit-ahead pass to Asa Newell, who slipped the screen. Bad pass from him. Bringing it down. Miami comes the other way. Drew Smith chucks up a brick of a three in transition. Can't get it to go, but a loose ball foul is called on Atlanta. Is that Jaku Jonas? No, that's Pelle Larsson, who got fouled going for the rebound. Keno Hart said, or Ben Wallace or Rasheed Wallace. Unlike them, Kayson and Keaton are related. Wiggins tried to hit the slip pass to Jovic, got knocked loose. They swing it over to Larsson along the baseline, goes up, a lot of contact, can't get the layup to go, grabs his own offensive rebound, pulls it out, swings it out to Jovic, a left wing three for Jovic, no hesitation, in and out, can't get it to stay. Asa Newell with the rebound and saves it over to Wallace. Wallace bringing it down the other way. Why does my timer keep stopping? Wallace coming to his left off the Okongwu screen, up top to Okongwu. They swing it out to Krejci, struggles with his dribble, but fall away mid-range jumper, in and out, and it stays out. Can't hold on to it. Jaquez saves the rebound. They hit ahead to Larsson. Larsson bringing it down right side of the court. Back up top to Jaquez. They swing it over to Wiggins. Wiggins in the corner to Smith. Smith jab step, dancing with the ball. Good defense from Wallace. Back out to Wiggins. Wiggins jab step, step back, kicks it over to Jaquez, who leans in, gets blocked by Asa Newell, and he recovers the loose ball, but saves it right into Drew Smith. And then Drew Smith gets fouled by Keaton Wallace. Dai Juan Jess said, can I have your NBA ID login? No can do, brother. I've never even seen somebody ask that. Sorry, big dog. You know, I said might as well be Marcellus Wallace? Come on, dog. AB said, hey, my mother was 25 and 84. She saw Hulk Hogan win the WWF Championship at MSG. Crazy. Jovic fires another left wing three. This time he finally knocks it down, but he also gets fouled. So he's going to go to the foul line for one more. His probably toughest three of the night. He gets it to go down. Kenar said, look who had a big first quarter for Toronto. Our boy Mamu Kalashvili going off. All right, we got to go run the league then. We got to go run the league. We got to check him out. We got to go run the league. Let's go. Six Kulu said, let's go Heat. Heat should be able to pull this one out. Even down Bam, down Hero. I do think they're probably just a better overall team. They definitely are coached better and play better. Mikey, what's up, Mikey? Ware's sitting out right now. Ware is out of the game right now for some rest. Abe said, imagine watching the Knicks in the finals, up 3-2, and they lose 2 straight. Guess by my viewpoint, that's a nightmare that stays with you forever. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. The nightmare situation more so is that they never got back there. They never got back there. They did, and then they got smoked by the Spurs, but you know what I mean. They never got that close again. Reckless closeout on Jaylen Johnson. Flagrant 1 foul. Going to send Jovic to the foul line for one more because he made the 3 anyway. And Miami will also get possession of the ball back. Caden said, I got a dip. I didn't put any picks on the game. Got to watch the Magic. Good luck and have a good stream. Appreciate you, Caden. Appreciate you. See you on the next one, big dog. King Free. What's up, King Free? The Flea said, watching Jared Jeffries try to lead the team was also nightmare fuel. I like Jared Jeffries. I was too young to know any better. I like Jared Jeffries. He just played hard. He wasn't very smart, but he just played hard. Daiwan said, I see you have a green screen. How do you put screens together? Photoshop. You're asking how I make this stuff in OBS. And I make each individual scene using Photoshop. Jaquez gets it over to Jovic, and Jovic can't handle the pass. Off his foot, goes out of bounds. He did make the free throw, though, so it's 40-34. 6-point lead for Miami. And now here comes Jalen Johnson bringing it down. Johnson up top being picked up by Jaquez. Crossing over to his left, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket. Puts the floater up off glass. Got it to go. Here comes Jovic pushing it the other way. Pulls it back out. Has it on the right wing. Up top to Jaquez. They swing it over to Wiggins. Wiggins on the left wing. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his right in the lane. Throws up the floater. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Grabs his own offensive rebound. Goes back up. Misses yet another putback. And Alexander Walker with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Being picked up by Drew Smith. Walker kicks it over to Krejci. Back to Walker. Walker up top. Attacking to his left. Hesitation move. Down the lane. Scoop layup with the left hand. Can't get the layup to go. Larson with the weak side rebound. Cross-court pass to Jaquez, driving it down, stops, turns, spins, in the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short, but gets a friendly roll up the front of the rim, and he gets it to go down. 42-36 to get it over to Krejci, quickly on the other way, fires the 3 and gets it to go. Vic Krejci on fire so far here tonight. Is that his third 3, I believe? No, his second 3. Jovic up top, being guarded by Johnson, crossing over to his left, over to Jaquez. Jaquez, no hesitation 3, and he got it to go. Shooting 22% from three-point range. No hesitation. Fired it up there, and he got it to go. That's how you got to shoot it, Jaquez. That's how you got to shoot it. No hesitation, no conscience. Full of confidence. And Vic Krejci knocks down the 3, but they wave it off, and they say moving screen on Dyson Daniels. No 3 for Vic Krejci after knocking it down. David said, I'll be back. Got to go plow snow, make that money. Yes, sir, David. Yes, sir. Go make that money, brother. Toothless, what's up, Toothless? Do you feel Nikola Alexander is better on the Hawks than the Wolves? I mean, he wasn't averaging 20 on the Wolves, I'll tell you that. Here comes Davion Mitchell bringing it down, being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his right off the Ware screen. Ware's back in, along with Mitchell and Powell. Powell coming to his left, stops, pump fake, spins, picks up his handle, kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell dancing with it, crosses over, down the lane, kicks it out to Powell. Powell an open 3. And they wave off the 3, and they give, I think, Kel'el Ware a 3-second violation in the paint. Somebody had to take a shot at some point. Daihuan said, do you do sports betting? No, sir, not me. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Miami up. Very nice. Very nice so far. They get over to Daniels. Daniels down the lane. They swing it out. Asanua, left corner three. They'll dare him to shoot. He obliges, and he can't knock it down. Jovic does a good job knocking the rebound to Mitchell. Here comes Miami bringing it down the other way. Jovic has it in the post, leans in, throws above glass, can't get it to go. Good defense from Alexander Walker, but Ware the offensive rebound and gets the lefty putback to go. Kel'el Ware trying to have an imprint on this game. He's been a little quiet so far tonight. He's got 6 and 2. Johnson has it up top, being guarded by Powell. Hands it off to Alexander Walker, attacking to his left. Stops, turns, spins, fall-away jumper in the paint. Rattles it in for Alexander Walker. They needed that bucket. 47-41. Mitchell bringing it down. He has it on the right wing, being guarded by Alexander Walker. Up top to Powell. Powell swings it over to Larson, crossing over to his left. Stop, leans in. Great defense from Atlanta. Larson able to recover the block shot. They swing it out. Jovic, a right wing three. He's open, and he continues to misfire. Krejci with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Krejci, pull up three. He's feeling it. Way off on that one. Well short. Kel'el Ware able to grab the rebound as it barely grazed the rim. Here comes Larson bringing it down right side of the court, being picked up by Johnson. Larson up top to Mitchell. Mitchell attacking Alexander Walker off the bounce. Step back, pump fake, swings it over to Powell. Powell hesitates from three, attacking the baseline, kicks it out to Jovic. Jovic attacking the baseline himself, goes up, lefty layup, can't get it to go, and Johnson with the rebound. You got to go up stronger with a better finish than that if you're Jovic. Johnson down the lane, leaves it off for Dyson Daniels, gets the easy layup in transition, and great drive and kick for Jaylen Johnson. And a timeout for Miami as it's back to a 4-point game, 47-43. Alton, what's up, Alton? How much does Young have? I think he has 6 points. He knocked down 2 threes. I'll tell you right now, big dog. We can go through our box score here, and I can tell you right now that Trae Young has 9 points. He's knocked down 2 threes and one shot, one layup. AP said Charlotte is handling Orlando pretty good. Unfortunate for Orlando. Excuse me. AP said, yeah, Jared Jeffries was choking Melo. My best friend and second cousins with Carmelo Anthony. Everything but the height. That's funny. Chris Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Did you see Joker last night? He must be watching Clarkson tapes. We did watch Joker last night. We streamed the game, Chris. We streamed the game. It was great. It was great. Let's go around the league a little bit. You guys are mentioning some of these other games are going on. Let's just take a quick peek at how the rest of these games are developing so far. We don't have to go through any of the box scores, but we could take a quick peek at how the games are progressing. Yeah, Charlotte, 14-point lead over Orlando. Not great for Orlando. I'm sure they'll make a comeback here at some point. It is Charlotte. I do want to see, is Paolo still playing? Anthony Black with 15 points. So Paolo, Carter Jr., Tyus Jones, Desmond Bane, Anthony Black. So still no Franz, still no Jalen Suggs. Raptors and the Wizards locked into a tight one. Celtics locked in a tight one with the Pacers. Playing the Pacers again. Didn't they recently play them? The Pacers and the Celtics play recently? They did a couple of days ago. That one wasn't nearly as close, I think. Hopefully the Pacers can pull this one out. Celtics are a little too close for comfort in the standings. I can see them lose. 76ers taking on the Bulls. I low-key kind of want to see the Bulls win this game. Philly's riding too high. Want to see Philly lose. Later on tonight, we got Bucks, Grizzlies. Especially with no, I think John Morant's still out. Zach Edey is definitely still out. Not interested in the Grizzlies until Zach Edey comes back. I'll tell you that. Also, Bucks no Giannis still, so there's also that. Suns, Pelicans. Not all that interesting. Although the Pelicans have some interesting players. I do want to watch a Pelicans game at some point. It's just got to be the right game. Pistons, Jazz is the late game. Not interested. Jazz suck. Clippers, Trailblazers. Hopefully the Jazz can pull off an upset there, though. But here we go. We're back into it. Davion Mitchell has it up top. Coming to his left. Throws a lob up to Kel'el Ware. Bad pass from Davion Mitchell. Gets picked off. Here comes Daniels bringing it down the other way. Stops, turns, spins, picks up his handle. Shovels it out to Okongwu, driving to his right, bump against Kel'el Ware. Lost the handle on the ball. Ball's still loose. Okongwu dives on it. Still holding on to it. Finally saves it out to Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker driving down the lane. Scoop blade left hand. Got the go. End the foul. Pelle Larsson. Incredible finish for Alexander Walker there. With 5:21 to go here in the second quarter. We are well past the halfway point now. And Alexander Walker can bring this back to a one-point game. Great effort from Okongwu, who's able to keep that ball alive and save it out to Alexander Walker. Allison, how much does Young have? Young has 9. Young has 9. Abe said, hopefully Philly loses. I love when Philadelphia loses. After the past 3 years, they still think that they're better than us. True. Very true. Very true. Would like to see them lose. Jaquez has it in the mid-post. Stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Ware. Jab step, coming to his left, down the lane, goes up, off glass, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Okongwu. A bad drive for Kel'el Ware there. Dyson Daniels kicks it out to Trae Young, attacking the baseline, leaves it off for Alexander Walker. A left wing 3, comes up short. Kel'el Ware with the rebound there. Alexander Walker did knock down the free throw previously on the and one layup, so it's 47-46 with under 5 to go. Powell on the left wing, stopping. Ball got knocked out of his hands. Trae Young dives for it, tries to save it, but can't get it to Daniels as it goes out of bounds. Good effort from Trae Young there. They get it in the Ware. Ware up top to Jaquez. Jaquez dancing with it against Dyson Daniels. Backing him down. Stop, step back, pump fake. All the way foul line jumper. Had to put it up with the shot clock winding down. A bad shot. Good defense from the Hawks. Here comes Alexander off the long rebound, bringing it down against Ware. Stops, hesitates, down the lane. Tried to get the reverse layup. Ware, great patience and block there. Powell hit ahead to Larsson all the way to the basket. Two-handed slam. Here comes Johnson. He has it on the right wing. They swing it up top to Daniels, hands it off to Trae Young. Trae Young being guarded by Jaquez. Dancing with it, crosses over. Now back to his left, step back, pump fake, steps through. Gets it over to Alexander Walker, kicks it out to Okongwu. Okongwu driving it in on Powell to the basket, lefty layup. Can't get down on the go. Good defense from Miami. Bad offensive process from Atlanta. Rebound by Ware. Mitchell lobs it up ahead to Jaquez, wide open under the basket by himself as Atlanta does not communicate. And Jaquez sneaks behind him for the easy layup. Back up by 5, Miami goes with under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Alexander Walker has it up top, being guarded by Powell. Swings it over to Daniels. Now back to Alexander Walker, wide open from 3. Speaking of miscommunication on defense, Miami doesn't communicate at all. And unlike the easy wide open layup, they give a wide open 3 to a knockdown 3-point shooter in Alexander Walker. And now it's back to a 2-point game. How does that happen? .341 to go. We got to run their timer down and catch up. Latest NBA trade buzz? Hold on. Check this out real quick. What do you mean latest NBA trade buzz? February 5th is the deadline, by the way. Spurs are not going to make any big trades, so we can move on from that. Nuggets need help, but they will get some guys back soon. Sure, Bucks are looking to add ahead of the trade deadline. Yeah, they're looking to add. I don't think Giannis is being traded this deadline. And the Cavs turn around their season. Who knows? Giannis, Shore, Mitchell, and Mobley, the only untouchables on the roster. That seems somewhat silly. Okay. Nothing. So what ESPN is telling me is that that's a whole lot of nothing of an article. Cool. Ben Thompson, what's up, Ben? Need Young for assist, Ben Thompson. Chris Basketball said the day I put Young for assist, he has none. Trae Young has no assist so far. He had 9. He's averaging 9 on the year. He did just come back from the injury, but he has no assists so far. No assists, 1 turnover. Pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. He's liable to go off for like 5 or 6 assists in a quarter. So I wouldn't sweat it out too much right now. Raptors, Wizards still locked in a tight one. It's only an 11-point lead for the Hornets, so Orlando, like I said, probably still going to be able to come back into those one. Conor Knippel, 16 first half points, by the way. This guy, are we sure this kid is 20 years old or however old he is? Are we sure he's not like 26? How is he so advanced? How is he so advanced? (53-48) Boston over Indiana. Again, I'd like to see Indiana knock off Boston. Again, I want Indiana to win just because I don't want them to have a high lottery pick. I want Boston to lose because it's always nice to see Boston lose. And then Philly and Chicago locked in a tight one so far. Okay. Here we go. We're checking back into the game here. Mitchell has it up top to get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins, jab step, coming to his left. Now coming to it out of the Ware screen. In the middle of the lane, stops, turns, pivots, spins. Takes it out up top to Powell by the half-court line. Swinging over to Jaquez in the corner. Tried to get in the corner, but Trae Young jumped the passing lane and knocked that out of bounds. At the time, I'm taking the whole time. My bad. 3:20 to go here in the second. 3.6 on the shot clock for Miami here. Davion Mitchell gets it into Powell. Powell with the shot clock running down. Pull up three over Alexander Walker. Shoots up an air ball, and it's a shot clock violation. And so Atlanta will bring it down now. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his left. Stops, turns, spins. Coming to his right at the Okongwu screen. Steps back for the three. Too long, can't get it to go. Daniels the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Okongwu. They swing it over to Alexander Walker. Coming to his left. Step back straightaway three. Comes up short on it. Powell with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Powell on the right wing. Being guarded by Daniels. Rhythm dribble three. Got that one to go. Made up for the previous air ball. Got that one to go off the rhythm dribble on the right wing. Home run pass to Alexander Walker. Chases it down, but can't save it over to a teammate. Here comes Wiggins. Hit ahead to Powell. Powell bringing it down. Pull up three. Had to feel the pull up three was coming, and he knocks it down. Back up by 8. Miami goes just like that off of 2 straight threes. Daniels up top to get it over to Trae Young. Coming to his right. Kicks it back to Daniels. Daniels behind the back. Has it on the right wing. Up top to Trae Young. Young, jab step, coming to his left, side step to kick it out. Johnson to three, looking for an answer. Can't get it to go. Jaquez chases down the loose ball rebound, bringing it down right side of the court, being picked up by Alexander Walker. Jaquez on the right wing. He's going to look to isolate, coming to his left, down the lane, flips it up with the left hand. Got it to go, and the first double-digit lead of the game goes to Miami, 59-49, with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Putting together a strong end to the first half here. Let's see if Atlanta has an answer. Okongwu. Bounce pass to Trae Young, coming off the handoff. Can't get the floater to go, though. Kel'el Ware skying for a rebound, and then Davion Mitchell, bullet pass over to Jaquez, streaking down the side of the lane, and gets a two-handed slam in transition, and now it is now 61-49. Daniels has it up top to get it over to Okongwu. Okongwu looking for a backdoor cutter. Instead, gets it over to Alexander Walker. Coming to his left, being guarded by Powell. Up top to Okongwu. Okongwu gets it over to Trae Young. Coming to his left off the screen. He's got some space. Mid-range flip jumper. Nope, can't. Doesn't matter if he doesn't get it to go or not. They call a loose ball, an off-ball foul on Davion Mitchell, trying to run through that screen from Okongwu. Mark, what's up, Mark? Kay Hazy said, Powell just has that natural magnet ball. Twilson said, I want my Bulls to get Tari Eason. We'll give up Kobe White. Interesting. They get it into Alexander Walker down the lane. High lefty floater, can't get it to go. Klobuchar was there to deter him from getting that shot to go down. Powell over to Jaquez. Jaquez out of the left corner. Pump fakes, driving to his right. Down the lane, flips it up off glass. Can't get it to go as it rolls off. But Kel'el Ware right there for the quick tip-in, put back, got it to go. And now a 14-point lead is opened up for Miami as they're quickly going on a big run here to end the quarter. They'll have a minute to go. Trae Young has it on the right wing, being guarded by Powell. And knocked out of bounds by Powell. 56 seconds to go. Matty Yao, what's up, Matty? Is Jaquez still a top 5 contender for 6th man of the year? Probably, yeah, top 5. Yeah, he's hovering around there for sure. He's in that conversation. Pelle Larson coming in. A-Rod, what's up, A-Rod? I hope you had a blessed Christmas. I did, brother. I did. Hope you had a blessed Christmas. You and your family, brother. Appreciate you, man. Okongwu has it up top. Tries to hit Johnson coming back door. Bad pass. Johnson wasn't even looking for it. Jaquez easily picks it off. Jaquez down the lane. Gets tied up in the air by Alexander Walker. A bad possession from him. Good defense from Alexander Walker. Here come the Hawks quickly pushing it the other way. Daniels driving it down. Kicks it out. Okongwu straightaway three. He's been off all night. Continues to be off as he misses that one. Kel'el Ware with the rebound. Here comes Drew Smith. And Drew Smith will walk it down. They're not going to go for a 2-for-1 opportunity here. They're just going to wind down the time by a 14-second difference between game clock and shot clock. My game clock is way low. Wiggins, a step back straightaway three, comes up short. Okongwu with the rebound. 15 seconds to go. Here comes Trae Young bringing it down. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Smith. Dancing with it, crosses over, dancing with it. Pump fakes, gets it out to Johnson, catches, pump fake, Johnson down the lane, gets the finger roll layup to go. 0.4 on the clock to get it in Smith. Smith fires a three-quarters court heave, way off at the shot clock, and that would be the end of our first half here. 63-51. Let me give Johnson that layup. 63-51, a 12-point game, not insurmountable. Not insurmountable. John Cyrus Galian? What's up, John? How many 3 points does Trae Young have? Trae Young, I believe, has hit 2 threes, brother. I think he's hit 2 threes. We can go through the box score real quick here. Trae Young, 2 for 3 from three-point range. He's got 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Throw one on the board for y'all who need Trae Young assists. He's got 1. Tyson Daniels with 4, 2, and 2. Been incredibly quiet tonight. Reza Shea with 5. He opened the game with 5 quick points and has not done anything since. Jaylen Johnson with 10, 5, and 6. It doesn't even feel like Jaylen Johnson did a ton of playmaking that half, and then you look up the box score, he's got 10, 5, and 6. Okongwu with 4, 1, and 2. Hugh Alexander off the bench, 11. They needed his scoring, not getting a ton of scoring all around, just kind of nice contributions here and there. The Fleet said, I think Jaylen Johnson's turnovers are a little more forgivable since he possesses the ball so frequently. Only 1 tonight, though. My threshold is 3.5, and he sits at 3.5 turnovers a game, right? For a high-usage, high-volume player like Jaylen Johnson has become, my threshold is 3.5. If you have any more than 3, if you're at 3.6, too high. I'm heavily criticizing you. If you're sitting at 3.5, if you're sitting between 3 and 3.5, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm like, get that a little lower, get that below 3. 3.5 is at my threshold, though. Vic Krejci did also hit 2 threes, and those were 2 big threes, but not getting a ton of contributions outside of their big 3 of Johnson, Trae Young, and Alexander Walker. John said, LaMelo Ball, how many 3 points? You have to look that one up, brother. You have to look that one up. You are already on the internet. I am not Google for you, brother. Open up Google. Wiggins with 6, Kel'el Ware with 8, Norman Powell with 12, Mitchell with 2, Pelle Larson with 12. Game Break, what's up, Game Break? Happy holidays. Thanks for the stream. Appreciate you, Game Break. Happy holidays to you, my man. Pelle Larson with 12. Jaquez with 14. So their big 3 of Powell, Larson, and Jaquez with 14, 12, and 12. Hilarious. Jovic off the bench, 1 for 8 from the field. This is what I'm talking about with Jovic. Like, he's getting him up there. I like that he's playing with confidence, but, brother, you can't be shooting it this poorly, taking this many shots. You took the second most shots on your team. In 9 minutes, you took 8 shots, Jovic? Dude, come on, man. Made one of them. 4 points for Jovic. Kasper Jaku-Jonas in his 6 minutes, 5 points. Pretty solid. Knocked down a 3, got to the foul line. Pretty good minutes for him. And at 10 minutes for Drew Smith, 0. Jaquez still in the running for 6th man of the year, like somebody said in the chat. 14 points for him, 3 boards, 3 assists, doing a little bit of everything. Larson got the start, 12 points for him, rewarding his coaching staff. Kel'el Ware, 8 and 8 in that first half. Not quiet, pretty solid production for Kel'el Ware. The Fleas reminding people to like the stream. Appreciate you, Fleas. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button. It is the best way to show support to the channel. I'd very much appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. No Fontecchio minutes. Even with the injuries, no Fontecchio minutes. Interesting. No Bam, no Hero, and Fontecchio still can't get up off the bench. Very interesting. Let's also go around the league. One of my favorite things to do of the night. Let's go around the league. Let's see what silly stuff is happening. I love it. Conconnibble with 16 in the first half. Anthony Black with 15. Hornets leading by 9, only 9. Look at that. Look at the Magic fighting back. 57-48 there. The Wizards with an 11-point lead at halftime. The Raptors gave up 73 first half points to the Wizards. Wow. Sandro Mamukelashvili, 13 points. Pirtle, did Pirtle get the start? Pirtle got the start. Not Pirtle. Mamukelashvili got the start for the injured Pirtle, who's not playing tonight. 13 points for him, 3 for 5 from 3, 5 for 8 from the field. You love to see it. RJ Barrett's still not back. What is going on with RJ? Quickly with 10 points, 4 assists so far tonight. No turnovers. Love to see that. Barnes with 6 points, 5 assists as well. No turnovers. 1 turnover. Again, still looking for production off the bench. Grady Dick with 1 point in 11 minutes. Jamal Shed with 6 in 11. And Jacoby Walter with 6 points in 8 minutes. 2 threes for both of those guys. '76ers Bulls, locked in a tight one. Boston has built up a 10-point lead over Indiana, unfortunately. Not too happy about that. About that development. 12 for White, 12 for Brown, 13 for Pritchard. Come on, Indiana. 5 of their 6 wins have come at home. That's pretty hilarious. They cannot win on the road, man. They're just not getting... Oh, well, McConnell's giving them 9. Ethan Thompson off the bench gives them 8. Mathurin with 11. Huff with 9. Nembhard with 9. Really just defense. They're going to give up 70 points in the first half to Boston. I feel like the defense got to be better than that. I know they got Quinn Jackson out there. I mean, Nembhard's good. Siakam's good. Huff is good. And Mathurin's decent. I feel like you got more than enough capable defenders to not give up 70 points in the first half. Bucks Grizzlies is now tipping off the second. I don't know that interested in that game. Suns Pelicans is the interesting one. Not gonna lie, Suns Pelicans I'm more interested in. Pistons Jazz is the game. As Knicks fans, we got to keep an eye on. Although I will say, we checked this the other day as well, with Oklahoma City losing 4 of their last 6 games. If we look at the standings, Detroit's not that far away from having the best record in the league. I think they're only a game and a half behind Oklahoma City now. Detroit's 24-6, and Oklahoma City is 26-6. Like, they're right there. They are right there. If we go to the league, we can see exactly that they are, a game and a half behind them. The Knicks have the 5th best record in the NBA, and they are 4.5 behind Oklahoma City. Not crazy. San Antonio is only 2.5 behind OKC. The Nuggets are 3.5, and the Knicks are 4.5. Everyone else is 6 or more. The Knicks are in the exclusive 5-team grouping that have yet to lose 10 games on the season. They have yet to lose 10 games. Very important distinction. One of the last few teams remaining, but they're sitting with 9 losses, so they're probably the next team to be kicked out of this grouping. But the Nuggets, San Antonio, and then specifically Detroit and Oklahoma City holding on strong. Those guys are sitting at 6 and 5 respectively. The Knicks with 9 losses, Denver with 8 losses, San Antonio with 7 losses. Make an Impact YouTube. What's up, Make an Impact? Spurs got OKC's number. That would be an interesting playoff, but styles mix matches, and OKC might not have an answer to Wemby. I love the way you phrase that, make an impact, because I still think OKC is the best team in the league. I think just San Antonio is a really bad matchup for them. Oklahoma City's defense mostly stems from the perimeter pressure that their guards can apply on ball handlers, and San Antonio just has like this really interesting group of ball handlers where they have Fox with quickness, so he could just beat their like really physical perimeter defenders. He can run circles around them. He can just beat them off the bounce and just run right past them. They have really tall physical guards like Steph Castle and Dylan Harper to deal with the physicality from the perimeter defenders. And then you have guys like Vassell, who you have to stick close to because of his quickness and his perimeter shooting. Champagny, Barnes with their perimeter shooting, and then you have the alien and Wemby, like you said. They can't really match up with the size. And for whatever reason, Chet Holmgren, I don't know if Chet Holmgren's just afraid of Wemby or Wemby just intimidates him or something, but he kind of just turns into a pumpkin whenever Wembanyama's around. Like, when was the last time Chet Holmgren really went at Victor Wembanyama? You know? Like, Wemby very clearly goes at Chet Holmgren. And Chet Holmgren just kind of whimpers to it. AB said to match last year, it's 32 losses. Yeah, they were 50 and 32 last year, so 51. They got to get to at least 51 to be better than last year's team, even though this team is definitely better than last year's team. Yeah, I mean, what are they on pace for? They're 21-9 through 30 games in the year. So we are, 35-ish% through the season. I'm not going to do the math, but yeah, what are they on pace for? Like 55-ish wins or something like that? Pretty good. Pretty good so far. 54-ish wins. On pace. They are on pace. Definitely be better than last year's record. I do want to take a look real quick at Oklahoma City's schedule coming up. We've talked about how their schedule is going to get harder in the new year here. They have Philly coming up. Not tomorrow. They have a couple days off. See, why does Oklahoma City, they play a big game on Christmas Day, so let's give them a couple of days off. Going now at home. This is at home. They're in the middle of a homestand. They had 2 days off? My goodness, has Oklahoma City been babied with this schedule so far this year. So they have 2 days off. They don't play until Sunday, and then they play Philly, traveling over there. Then they play Atlanta, Portland, all at home. And they finally go on the road to play Golden State, Phoenix. Schedule continues to be pretty light here, because then they have Charlotte, Utah, Memphis. And they play Miami, but at home. They play San Antonio again, but at OKC again. Then they're at Houston, at Miami, at Cleveland, at Milwaukee, with Giannis likely back by then. So that should be a pretty tough stretch by then. But they're going to have a pretty easy January schedule here until they get to the about a 2-week stretch there. It's going to be a pretty easy stretch for them here. About a 2-week stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About an 8-game stretch here where it's pretty easy. A week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then the schedule gets a little bit tougher from there. Just going to keep an eye on OKC because I've been pounding the drum for a long time now, ever since we first went through OKC's schedule and we realized, wait, what's going on with their schedule? Like, why are they schedule filled with so many cupcake games? Once we realized that, I started pounding the drum of, like, I don't know if this OKC team is, like, all-time great. They're obviously still the best team in the league, but I don't know if they're all-time great. I think they're high 60s wins, which is a really awesome team, but I don't think they're sniffing some of the best teams in the league, in NBA history. I think they're sniffing those guys. Maybe they can get to 70 wins, but I think they'd really have to push it at the end of the year. Camille Lightborn, what's up, Camille? I need Atlanta to come back. It's only a 12-point game. Atlanta could definitely make a comeback here. We know how the NBA goes. We definitely know how the NBA goes. Hornets Magic is an interesting setup so far. Only 48 points for the Magic. You know, with no Franz, no Suggs, the offense struggling a bit here. What did Paolo Banchero do? I know we kind of harp on Paolo not really being that guy. 7 points, 2 for 6 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 2 steals, 1 block is nice. Participating on the defensive side of the ball, cool. But this ain't cutting it, Paolo. This ain't cutting it, big dog. 7 points. That's, sometimes it's not your quarter. Sometimes it's not your half offensively. 1 rebound, 1 assist. But I don't know what he's doing out there. Is he getting cardio? Is he just filling the lanes? Like, you don't have a point guard, and you don't have your other wing, your other ball-handling wing. Like, it's on you to make the offense go, brother. It's on you. Anthony Black took 6 more shots than you in that first half. And again, sometimes it's just another guy's offensive quarter. That's fine. And you're like, we're going to play through you. 7 points, only 1 rebound, and 1 assist is not getting it done. Just not getting it done. I don't know what kind of excuse we can make for Paolo. Obviously, I'm not watching the game. Maybe he's having a much better impact than what the box score shows. But considering you are down 9 at halftime to the Hornets, and at one point we're down by as many as, I think they were down by as many as like 15 when the first time we checked it. You need more. You need more. Young Renzo, what's up, Young Renzo? I need Jaylen Brown for 8 rebounds. What's he sitting with now? Trini, what's up, Trini? Namar said, I miss RJ Barrett. It's crazy that he's still out. I just checked Toronto's box score, half expecting to just see him. He would see that he was back out there. Remains out. What's going on with RJ? Here we go. We're back in. Start of the third quarter. Atlanta bringing it down. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his right, they swing it out to Okongwu in the right corner. Pump fakes. Hands it off to Trae Young. Pump fakes on the right wing. Pulls it back out. Going to run a pick and roll with Daniels. Picks up his handle. Kicks it out to Daniels. Daniels up top. Cross-court pass. Jalen Johnson left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Okongwu knocks it out of Wiggins' hands. Out to Trae Young. Throws up the floater. Rattles it in. Back to 10. Pell Larson has it up top, being guarded by Johnson. You get over to Ware. Ware on the left wing. Hands it off to Powell. Bad pass on the handoff. And Dyson Daniels comes up with the steal. Here he comes pushing it the other way. Leaves it off for Okongwu as the trailer, a straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go as Okongwu continues to misfire tonight. Here comes Davion Mitchell off the Ware rebound. Mitchell lobs it over the top to Wiggins in the post, being guarded by Young. They kick it back out to Mitchell. They swing it around the perimeter. Larson attacking to his right, all the way to the basket. Scoop play with the right hand, got it to go. Good court top screen from Ware there on Okongwu so that he couldn't protect the rim. Home run pass gets picked off by Davion Mitchell. Bad pass there. And now Mitchell driving it down. They kick it out to Wiggins. Wiggins the right wing 3 in transition. Can't get it to go. Here comes Trae Young bringing it down. Trae Young gets it over to Jalen Johnson. Bullet pass inside to Dyson Daniels, standing under the basket by himself as Miami does a bad job getting back on defense. Back to 10. Here comes Larson bringing it down. Larson over to Powell. Powell on the left wing being guarded by Daniels. Attacking to his right. Driving it down. Leaves it off for Ware. A bad pass. Ware catches it by his feet. Tried to save it in bounds. Nobody came to the ball. He throws it away to Trae Young. They shovel it over to Daniels. Daniels at the foul line. Kicks it back out to Okongwu. Back over to Young. Young coming to his left. Hesitates from 3. Driving it down. Leans in. Draws the foul. And he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Got fouled by Mitchell. Trae Young knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 10 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Still early. Trae Young gets it back to a single-digit game. Trae Young rattles in the second one. Goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. It's now 65-57 with 10 minutes to go. Davion Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Young. Dancing with it. Quick crossover to his left. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Got to go. Davion Mitchell. My goodness, what a move. Trae Young bringing it down the other way. You got to get stops and scores if you're Atlanta. They're scoring the ball, but they're not getting any stops. Trae Young down the lane. Draws yet another foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Trae Young getting into his bag. Drawing these fouls. Foul on Pell Larson's going to send him to the line yet again for 2 more free throws. Trae Young just made 2 in a row. He's back at the foul line for 2. He is a knockdown free throw shooter. Does knock him down with regularity. Knocks the first one down. He's got another one coming. Trae Young does knock both of them down. Back to 8. Trading baskets. See if they can get some stops. Larson has it up top to get over to Ware. Ware swings it over to Powell. Powell on the right wing, coming to his left. Attacking Daniels off the bounce, pulls it back out. Swings it over to Larson. Larson back to Powell. Powell dancing with it, crosses over to his left. Stop, pump fake, and kicks it out to nobody. Great defense from Dyson Daniels not to give any airspace to Norman Powell and forces them to turn it over there. Comes Atlanta. There's the stop. There's the stop. Can they get a score? They have it down to 8. Trae Young will bring it down. Trae Young up top being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his left. Now coming to his right, the Okongwu screen. Driving it down. Stops. Gets caught in the air. Kicks out to Daniels. Daniels. Cross-court pass to Rizashay. Catches. Pump fake. Jab step. Swings through to his right on Wiggins. Going all the way to the basket. Throws down a one-handed slam. But they hit Rizashay with the travel. Really rough sequences here for Zachary Rizashay. Couple of travels. A couple of unfortunate travels being called for him. MBM. What's up, MBM? Here comes Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell has it up top. Being guarded by Trae Young. Coming to his left, over to Ware, back to Mitchell. Trae Young fell down, flopping, looking for a foul call, doesn't get it. Powell wide open for a 3, he can't get it to go. And Atlanta pulls down the rebound. There's another stop, even if it was just an open missed 3. Johnson down the lane to kick it out to Rizashay. Rizashay attacking, stops, turns, spins, leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson out of the left wing, pump fakes, directing traffic, kicks it out to Trae Young. Trae Young up top, coming to his left, dancing with it. Picks up his handle. They swing it out to Daniels. Daniels taking the baseline. Stops inside the Okongwu. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. Here comes Powell quickly pushing it the other way. They kick it out to Wiggins. Wiggins catches. Pump fake. Jab step. Coming to his left. Down the lane. Leaves it off inside for Pell Larson for the easy layup. As Jalen Johnson just got caught sleeping on defensively there. As Pell Larson cut back door on him. Back to 8. Trae Young will pull up 3 straight away. Got it to go. Trae Young getting buckets here tonight. Third 3 for Trae Young. And now here comes Davion Mitchell on the right wing. Now it's down to 5. They get it over to Larson. Atlanta kind of back into it. Here, get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins dancing with it against Rizashay. Crosses over to his right, down the lane. Takes a bump, puts up the floater, gets blocked by Rizashay. There's another stop. Here comes Johnson out on the fast break. Johnson lobs it inside. Daniels steals a pass that was supposed to be for Rizashay, I think. But knocked out of bounds by the Heat. So it'll stay with Atlanta here. They can reset their offense, their half-court offense. Namar said, when do the Knicks play the Cavs again? I don't know. I think for a while. I don't think they play them for another while. We just went through the Knicks schedule, and we didn't see them in the next couple of games. So they get it into Daniels, lobs it over the top to Johnson. Little fall-away jumper in the paint. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And Davion Mitchell able to grab. He's bringing it down the other way. Mitchell has it up top, coming to his left off a Ware screen, driving it down in the lane. Scoop play with the left hand, can't get it to go. Kel'el Ware right there for the putback, though, as Okongwu was forced to challenge the contest of that Davion Mitchell layup. Trae Young up top, coming to his right off the Okongwu screen, driving it down, steps back. They kick it out to Johnson. Johnson hands it back off to Young. Young coming to his right. Trae Young has it on the right wing. They lob it over the top to Johnson, being guarded by Mitchell. Johnson in the post, driving it down. It's caught in the air, kicks out to Okongwu. Okongwu pump fakes from 3, drives it down on Ware, bump Euro, flips it up the left hand, can't get it to go. Okongwu looking for a foul call on the floor with his palms up in the air. It's a 5-on-4 for Miami. Mitchell, cross-court pass, a terrible pass, gets picked off by Johnson. And now here comes Johnson bringing it down the other way. Euro, layup, right hand, got it to go past Wiggins. And a timeout for Miami. They needed it. They for sure needed it with 6:51 to go. We're approaching the halfway point of this third quarter already. A fast-paced third quarter. Not a lot of whistles flying, just a whole lot of hooping. We can look to see when they play Cleveland again tomorrow. We can look at it now. 6:50 to go. I'll keep that in mind. I'll make sure our timer catches up here. The Knicks play this very Hawks team tomorrow. If we go here, this will tell us the next time we play Cleveland. The next time we play Cleveland is February 24th. So 2 months. They play them in 2 more months. The Knicks are 2-0 against Cleveland so far this year. Cavs play the Rockets. That's a tough stretch for the Cavs. down in Houston as well. Play the Rockets tomorrow. The Heat also, on the first night of a back-to-back tonight, they play the Pacers tomorrow. Hopefully the Pacers can pull off that victory. This game is in Atlanta, so the Knicks have to travel, unfortunately. Hornets pulling away again on Orlando to start the third, 72-57. It's a 15-point lead. My goodness. What is going on, Orlando? Now we have to look at what Charlotte is doing. LaMelo was 17 on 18 shot attempts. My goodness, is that not a good stat line? He's got 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. If you just look at that, that's great. He's 6 for 18 from the floor. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Knipple was 16 on 5 for 7 shooting. He's 4 for 4 from 3. Brandon Miller with only 5. What's going on with Brandon Miller this year, man? My goodness. Diabate, 8 points. Bridges with 9. Anybody off the bench going crazy? Salon was 7. 3 for 3 from the floor. Josh Green with 6. Colin Sexton with 4. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Great. Anthony Black with 15. Again, the offense still struggling for Orlando here to keep up with Charlotte. Down 14. I said I was going to keep track of it, and I didn't. 6:50 to go. We are a full minute and a half ahead. Davion Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell has it up top. We're approaching the halfway point of this quarter. They get it over to Powell. Curling to his right, down the lane. Gets caught in the air. They kick it out. Jaquez, left corner 3. They're going to dare him to shoot. He obliges, misses it. Powell chases down the long rebound. Back to Powell. Straightaway 3. He's open. Can't get that one to go down. Okongwu with the rebound. Here comes Johnson. Johnson up top. Being guarded by Jaquez. Coming to his left. Down the lane. Pass fake. Flips it up. Left hand. Off glass. Got it to go. Jaylen Johnson. Tough finish with the offhand. Back to a 3-point game. It's a 1-possession game. Mitchell up top, they swing it over to Jaquez. Jaquez coming to his right, crosses over on Daniel. Stops, turns, spins, has him in the post. Ball knocked loose, kicks it out to Larson. Larson swings it over to Ware. Ware fires a contested 3, and he splashes it nothing but net over Okongwu. Big time shot for Ware to give them some breathing room, back up by 6. Johnson has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez. Now past the halfway point here in this third quarter. Johnson dancing with it against Jaquez. Hands it off to Okongwu. Okongwu driving to his left on Jaquez. Bump Euro with the righty. Got it to go for Okongwu. Tough move in the lane. Get over to Powell. Powell attacking to his left. Taking some contact. Throws up a floater. He gets it to go. No foul call. Looking for a foul. And quickly the other end. Zachary Rizeshay trying to answer with the exact same move, but he misses his lefty layup. Now Larson up top to Ware. Ware walks into a straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Didn't love that shot from Ware. Here comes Daniels bringing it down the other way. They swing it out to Rizeshay. Rizeshay right wing 3. Oh my goodness. Both of these teams just driving it down and taking the first shot they see. Here comes Jaquez bringing it down the other way. Jaquez has it up top. Are we actually going to see some half-court offense? Jaquez stops, turns, spins, driving Daniels down the lane. Comes up short on those little push shot. Daniels knocks the rebound out to Rizeshay. They swing it out to Alexander Walker. A pull-up 3 on the left wing. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. These teams, no conscience firing away these threes. The light is as green as possible right now for both sides. Contested, in transition, on balance. It doesn't matter. We're letting these shots fly. My goodness. And a loose ball foul was eventually called on Atlanta, and Davion Mitchell will bring it down. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Vic Krejci. They get it over to Powell. Powell being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his left up a high Ware screen. Pocket pass to Ware, rolling to the basket. They kick it up top to Jaquez, a straightaway 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for a rebound. Jaku Chon has got his fingertips on it, but got knocked to the floor. No foul call. A lot of contact. Johnson has it up top. Dancing with it behind his back. Coming to his right, the Mo Gay screen. Gets to the foul line. Pump fake, steps through. Puts up the floater, got it to go. Fought through the contact and knocked down the floater anyway. Jaku Chonis was there, but Johnson just too big, too tall, too talented. Jaquez swings it over to Powell on the left wing. Powell attacking, leans in, puts up the jumper. Gets the jumper to go, and one for Norman Powell as he banked it in. 4:12 to go. It is 78 now to 72, and Powell will go to the foul line for one more. So Powell's at the foul line for one more. Powell got it to go. Trae Young has it up top, coming to his left. Coming to his right, off a Johnson screen. Trae Young being guarded by Jaquez. Trae Young gets it over to Johnson, swings through to his left, stops, turns, spins, down the lane, puts up the floater, got it to go, and they call a foul on the rookie Jonas. That's just a bad mismatch for Miami. If the rookie Jonas, who's a guard, ends up on a possible All-NBA forward this season in Jalen Johnson, you gotta bring help. You can't allow Johnson to walk him down into the paint. He's likely going to take advantage of that matchup, and he did just there. Great job from Johnson to walk the rookie down to his spot. Gets the foul and the floater. Now Johnson at the foul line for one more, trying to make it a three-point play, and he does just that, hitting the free throw. 79 to 75, under 4 to go. Jonas has it up top. Quick crossover to his left on Krejci. Spins to his right in the lane. They kick it out. Drew Smith, a straightaway three. Careens off the side of the rim. So much so that it goes out of bounds. Nobody even in the vicinity of that rebound. That's how awkward that bounce was. 3:40 to go in this third quarter. 79 to 75, a 4-point lead for Miami still, but Atlanta right there. Trae Young is back in. He has it up top, being guarded by Jonas. Coming to his right, off a Johnson screen. Trying to get it to Johnson in the post there. Instead, they swing it over to Alexander Walker. Driving to his left. Stops, turns, spins, kicks it back out up top to Trae Young. Coming to his left. Trae Young on the left wing, being guarded by Powell. Tried to get it over to Johnson. Gets picked off by the rookie Jonas. Hit ahead to Jovic. Hit ahead to Powell. Powell hesitates from three. Sidestep. Left wing, right wing three. Coming to his left. Can't get it to go. Comes up short. Mo Gay with the rebound. Here comes Johnson. Johnson over to Trae Young. A pull-up three. Terrible shot, but he got it to go down. Trae Young is feeling it tonight. His 4th three of the game. And we're back to a 1-point game here. 79 to 78. Jaquez driving to his right. Gets fouled by Mo Gay. Under 3 to go. We're going to get a full timeout from Atlanta here. Are they using a challenge? I don't see the green light, so I think it's just a regular timeout for Atlanta. Trae Young feeling himself so far tonight. My goodness. My goodness. I'm going to keep an eye out on the regular season here. Refresh the page real quick. Are these accurate? 14-point lead for Charlotte over Orlando. What are you doing, Orlando? You better pull that one out. You better find some magic and pull that one out. See what I did there? You better find some magic. Toronto and Washington locked in a tight one quickly with 21 points. Top performer for Toronto so far tonight. Boston, unfortunately, has built up a 12-point lead over Indiana. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. I do want to see real quick, what is Brandon Ingram doing? Because I know he's taking a lot of shots. Last time we checked this box score, he is 8 for 17 from the floor for 24 points. Quickly 6 for 11 for 21 points. Outside of that, Mamu has 13. Barnes with only 8. Obaji with 8. Kobe Walter with 8. Tough night for Toronto, who's still missing RJ. Very much need that guy back. Very much. Their offense is sputtering without him. Down by 4 to Toronto here. Down by 4 to Washington here. Not what you want to see. 76ers and the Bulls locked in a tight one. Very fun, very interesting game. We'll keep an eye on that one. The game we're most interested in doesn't start till 9:30, so this game will probably be over by the time that one tips off. And that's mostly it. Bucks and Grizzlies have tipped off, but not all that interested in this game. Ja Morant is playing. Do we check out what's going on with the Grizzlies? We Haven't done a Grizzlies game in a really long time. They're on the ban list right now. Part of the reason they're on the ban list. Just not entertaining to watch. Like I said, without Zach Edey in the lineup, just not even sure what this team is supposed to be doing. Ja Morant tonight, 0 points in the first quarter, 1 assist, no rebounds, 2 turnovers. What are we supposed to do with that? Ja Morant, what are we supposed to do with that, big dog? G.G. Jackson in the rotation, Christian Koloko in the rotation right now, coming off the bench. If I was a team, I'd call up Memphis and try to snag some of those pieces, man. Because so far this year, Ja Morant, 17.7 points per game, 3.6 turnovers, less than a steal, 3.5 rebounds, shooting 19% from three-point range. I don't know what's going on with Ja Morant, but time in Memphis might be coming to an end. Jaquez has it, kicks it out to Jovic. Jovic, no hesitation, fires yet another three. Wiggins, the offensive rebound, against the putback. Wiggins still incredibly athletic. Still able to sky for the offensive rebound and get the putback. Trae Young has it up top. Get it over to Krejci, right corner three, no hesitation. Can't get that one to go. Drew Smith with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. 3-point lead for Miami here. Drew Smith rushing it down. Crosses over to his left against Trae Young. Draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go, but Drew Smith is going to go to the foul line for 2. 2:23 to go here in the third. Anything coming out of the timeout, it's very clear Miami going right through the chest of Trae Young, trying to attack him off the bounce. Drew Smith at the foul line for 2. Got the first one to go. Got another one coming. Drew Smith goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 2:20 to go. Trae Young up top, throws a lob to Okongwu. Okongwu can't get the finish. Jovic with the rebound, pushing the other way. Jovic putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket, lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Jovic has done this multiple times. He's just not a good finisher. He's also going to his offhand, his left hand. I don't know what kind of decision-making that is, but it's not helping his team. Trae Young draws the foul on Jaquez. It's a swing through, so it's a foul on the floor. Only 2 fouls on Jaquez. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Drew Smith. Under 2 to go. Trae Young dancing with it. He's had the touch tonight. Splits the defense. Down the lane. Flips it up at the basket. Can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. He hits the floor. Now it's a 5-on-4 going the other way from Miami. Wiggins kicks out to Jovic. Extra pass to Jaquez. Pump fakes. Driving down the lane. Bounce pass inside to Drew Smith. Right through his fingertips to kick it out to Jaquez, who's able to recover the loose ball. Down the lane. Goes up. Gets chased down. Blocked by Alexander Walker. Here comes Trae Young pushing it the other way. Pull up straight away. 3 in transition. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Battle for it. Drew Smith pulls it out as it was knocked out to the perimeter. Drew Smith bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. They leave it off for Jovic. Jovic on the right wing. He's going to look to attack. Stops. Loses the handle. Picks it up to kick it out. Jaquez, left corner 3. Got it to go. Kasparas Jaquez has come up big time for Miami today. They're back up by 8 here. Alexander Walker has it up top, being guarded by Wiggins. They get over to Vic Krejci. Down the lane. Fall away jumper in the paint. Got it to go. Vic Krejci has had the touch today. He's having no second thoughts about putting jump shots up, which is very much what he needs to do. He wants to stick in this rotation. Jaquez has it up top, being guarded by Krejci. Crosses over to his left to kick it up top to Jovic. With no hesitation, fires yet another one. And like most of the other ones, he comes up short and misses it. Here comes Trae Young. At some point, Jovic has to stop shooting, man. Trae Young crosses over to his left, down the lane, stops at the foul line, throws up a floater. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. So Trae Young is back at the foul line for 2 more free throws. 6-point lead for Miami, 86-80. Trae Young at the foul line, knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Been perfect from the foul line so far tonight. Trae Young, a perfect, I believe, 5 for 5 from the foul line. Now he's 6 for 6 from the foul line as he knocks down the second one. 86-82. Here comes Jaku Jonas bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Krejci. Jaku Jonas dancing with it. They get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins being guarded by Alexander Walker. Come to his right. Inside the Jovic. Down the lane. Puts up it off glass. Got it to go. There you go, Jovic. There's an easy one. That's exactly the kind of shot you should be taking. Drew Smith comes up with the steal. Misses the layup. Gets his own put back to go. Drew Smith making plays happen. Back up by 8, Miami goes. Trae Young will walk it down for what should be the final shot of the quarter. 10 seconds to go here. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Smith. Trae Young dancing with it. They swing it over to Okongwu, wide open right corner 3. Jaquez left him open, can't get it to go. Mo Gay, the offensive rebound, gets fouled by Jovic. And Jovic continues to be a huge negative for Miami so far tonight, man. My goodness, missed shots, bad decision making. Didn't box out Mo Gay there, then ends up fouling him on the putback attempt. Talked about him in the pregame. Just, brother, they need something out of you, something positive, some positive signs. They've been very few and far between so far in his career. Mo Gay knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Kel'el Ware subs back into the game. 0.6 on the clock. So make or miss this. Miami will have to throw up a 3/4 court heave. Mo Gay knocks it down. Get it into Jovic, who heaves it 3/4 court. Decently close, but comes up short. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Throw 12 more minutes up on the clock. 6-point lead for Miami. And they'll have the advantage going into the fourth. 12 more minutes of basketball. May the best team win. So far, Wiggins with 13, Kel'el Ware with Wiggins with 8, Kel'el Ware with 13 and 10 already, which is nice. He's got 3 offensive rebounds. Norman Powell with 17, 7 and 4. Decent stat line for Norman Powell there. Davion Mitchell with 4 and 4 for Davion Mitchell, which is not close to his season averages. Season averages of like 10 and 7. So needs to have a much better fourth quarter here to get to those. Pelle Larsson was 16, outperforming his season averages. 16, 5, and 3. He's 2 for 2 from three-point range. Started the game off shooting it from 3. Jaime Jaquez, 16, 5, and 3. 6 for 14 from the field. One of the few guys actually able to get downhill. Nikola Jovic really sinking his team tonight. Having an Alex Caruso-esque game. If you guys watched the OKC versus San Antonio game the other day with us, Alex Caruso was horrendous from the perimeter. Tonight, it's Nikola Jovic. He's 1 for 11 from the field, 1 for 6 from three-point range. Brother, you don't have the touch tonight. You got to stop heaving him up there. Drew Smith, somewhat similar as well. He's 1 for 6 from the field. He does not have the touch. Caden, what's up, Caden? Welcome back, brother. Jaku Jonas, 8 points for him. He's been solid off the bench. In 11 minutes, he's got 8 points. Knocked down a couple of shots. I think Spo might have to find a little bit more time for him and a little bit less time for Jovic, although Jovic is essentially playing backup center with no Bam Adebayo. The Flea said 1 for 11. It's rough, brother. 1 for 11 is a rough shooting stretch. I guess he's 6'10", and he's the only other center that they can go to in the rotation right now. But my goodness, if I was Spoelstra, I'd be like, stop. The 3 is not there tonight, brother. Like, shoot them when they're open, but stop shooting these semi-contested 3s, man. Kahan Henderson, what's up, Kahan? How's Jaylen Johnson looking? We can look at Atlanta right now. Okongwu with 8. 0 for 5 from three-point range is a rough stretch for Okongwu. Jaylen Johnson, 19, 5, and 9 so far. Not doing too much on the glass, but he does have the 9 assists as usual. Only 1 turnover so far for Jaylen Johnson tonight, which is really nice. 19 points for him. He's 8 for 13 from the field. Trae Young with 23s. We're starting the fourth quarter now. 23, 2, and 2 with 4 turnovers for Trae Young. Jaku Jonas has it up top, dancing with it. Get over to Jovic, back to Jaku Jonas. Driving it down inside the Jovic, leaves it off for Jaquez, spins, kicks it out. Drew Smith, wide open left corner 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound. Vic Krejci pulls it out. Here comes Dyson Daniels. Right side of the court, bringing it down. Being picked up by Jaquez. Daniels gets it over to Okongwu. Okongwu hits the bounce pass to Daniels down the lane. Misses the scoop layup. Misses the finger off the front of the rim. And good job from Wiggins to knock the rebound away from him. Jaku Jonas, the rookie, bringing it down now. Swings it over to Wiggins. Wiggins being guarded by is that Newell? Asa Newell. Wiggins spins right off of him. Scoop layup with the left hand. Got it to go. Is that Newell or is that Rizache? I think that's Asa Newell right there. Beautiful move from Andrew Wiggins. Back to 8. 92 to 84. Okongwu has it against Jovic. Stop, turns, spins, flips it up with the right hand. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Good defense from Jovic there. Here comes Jaquez bringing it down right side of the court. Jaquez leaves it off for Jovic up top. He's going to look to attack Asa Newell off the bounce. Draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And they are just picking on Asa Newell right now. 10:52 to go in this fourth quarter. The Fleece had set, screens, and rebound. It's not your night. Or like do something like this where try to get to your strong hand downhill going to the basket. Multiple times he's tried to get downhill going to the basket, but almost every time it's been through his left hand, which they're definitely willing to give you full head of steam driving with your left hand going to the basket. Multiple times he's tried to hit the scoop layup, and he's missed pretty rough misses. If you're going to go downhill to your strong hand. You're very clearly not a very good finisher. And like you said, it's clearly not your night from the perimeter either. Trini said Wiggins is doing pretty well tonight. Wiggins is fine. He's got 10 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. Nothing too stand out from Wiggins. Doing a solid job. He's doing his job. Battling on the glass, doing the small things. And Jovic knocks down both free throws, giving them a 10-point lead yet again. Okongwu swings over to Vic Krejci, 3 over Wiggins. Vic Krejci has had a touch tonight. Speaking of somebody who doesn't have to touch and somebody who does, Vic Krejci on fire from the perimeter, knocking jump shot down after jump shot. Jaku Jonas sprays it over to Jaquez down the lane, draws yet another foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. 10:30 to go. Another foul on Asa Newell. Trini said last time he wasn't doing too well. Wiggins, yeah, pretty decent night from Wiggins. Like we talked about in the pregame, Wiggins is this weird wild card where some nights he's really good, some nights he's pretty invisible, and most of the time he's somewhere in between, but usually more closer to the invisible side, unfortunately for him. Jaquez at the foul line. He knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Jaquez goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Daniels gets it over to Krejci. Now over to Okongwu. Okongwu fakes the handoff, coming to his right. Attacking Jaquez off the bounce, goes up. Misses yet another layup at the rim. Battle for the loose ball, knocked out to the perimeter. Wiggins able to grab it, bringing it down right side of the court. Wiggins crosses over to his left. Cross-court pass to Jaku Jonas. Swings it out to Jaquez. Over to Jovic. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins swings through to his right. Step back. Mid-range follow-away jumper. Got it to go. Andrew Wiggins coming alive here in the fourth quarter a little bit. Back up by 11. Back up by double figures. Here comes Dyson Daniels bringing it down. No Johnson, no Trae Young to start the fourth quarter is interesting. And a timeout for Atlanta is called. Interesting rotation for Coach Quinn Snyder there. Not sure about that one. Caden Eastwood said, Hawks for the win for sure. Down by 11. They got some work to do for sure. Hollow Headby, what's up, Hollow? Is Trae Young on the court? Trae Young is not on the court right now. I would expect either Trae Young or Jaylen Johnson to be on the court after this Atlanta timeout, though. There's 9:54 to go, so we'll sync up a timer here. And there we go. Trae Young with 23 points. He's 4 for 6 from 3. He's had the touch. In that third quarter, he started to get himself to the foul line. So they need either Trae Young or Jaylen Johnson on the court. Obviously, at some point, they'll both be on the court to end the game, but down by 11. Good timeout from the Hawks. Archie Gaming, what's up, Archie? Can't wait for the Knicks-Hawks matchup tomorrow. Should be a fun one. Atlanta locked in a tight one right now, losing to Miami. Trini, Andrew Wiggins, there he is. There he is, Trini. Andrew Wiggins. We were talking about him, and he was like, hold on, let me show up for these guys. They keep talking down on my name. Boston has almost entirely pulled away from Indiana there, unfortunately. They're going to be going into the fourth quarter soon, up by 14. Washington still up by 6 against Toronto there. And the Hornets up by 19 against the Magic here to start the fourth. Orlando going to take a tough loss to Charlotte here unless they can make some magic here in this fourth quarter. Paolo Banchero, where are you, brother? They're looking for you. You're MIA. Don't tell me he has less than 10 points. Don't you tell me Paolo Banchero, he's got 11. He's got 11. 4 for 12 from the floor. Still not good. Only 2 rebounds, only 2 assists. I don't know what he's doing out there, but you got to be a guy. You got to be a dude, man. Archie said, will you be streaming the Knicks game tomorrow? Absolutely, Archie. We don't miss Knicks games. We stream every single Knicks game. Every single one of them. We don't miss them. The only time I will probably be missing a Knicks game is if I personally attend said Knicks game. Just Dead said R.I.P. Hawks. Not over yet. Not over yet, Just Dead. What's poppin', my guy? Devin Lane, what's up, Devin? Are the Hawks really this trash? They're just mid. They're just mid. They're not trash. They're just in the middle. Trini boy, Alex Box. Appreciate you, Trini. Appreciate you. Lana Motors, what's up, Lionel? You know, I said Banchero looking way more invisible than Towns. Overrated. I mean, Towns is almost... I don't think Towns ever really plays a basketball game where he's invisible. You definitely feel him out there. Whether he's good or he's bad, you definitely feel his presence in some regard. Riza Shea has it up top. Cross-court pass gets picked off by Jaquez. Jaquez throws a lob up to Jovic. Gets chased down, blocked by Riza Shea. Good hustle from him to make it up. And now here comes Johnson. One-on-one against Wiggins. They throw a lob up, and Wiggins picks it off on the same lob attempt from Johnson. Crazy. They lob it over the top. The Wiggins goes up, gets the layup for Andrew Wiggins, who has come alive here in the fourth quarter. Great pass from Jacques Jonas on the transition possession there. Back up by 13. Miami goes. Johnson is back in the game. Trae Young still on the bench. Johnson drives it down along the baseline, throws it away. But the Hawks able to draw a foul. The referee's giving them a foul. Eric Spoelstra can't believe it. Should have been a turnover on Jaylen Johnson there, but they bail him out with the foul. 100-87 now. Trini said Hawks were doing pretty good last season. They were decent. Again, they were still playing team, so how good were they really doing, you know? Unfortunately. Drew Smith comes up with the steal on the inbounds. Hit ahead to Drew Smith. They're going to look to reward him. Reverse layup. Got to go. And here comes Miami up by 15. Defense leading their offense now. No Luke Kennard. We just panned over to him on the bench. No Luke Kennard tonight, interesting enough. Just that said, if the Heat don't end the Hawks season, the Knicks will tomorrow. I mean, they're hovering around 500. They're going to continue to hover around 500 the rest of the season. Lana Mona said, how's Porzingis with the Hawks? He's still out with that illness that they are just trying to find some diagnosis for. Rufus, what's up, Rufus? Is Walker on the bench? Walker. Alexander Walker is, no, he's in the game right now. Alexander Walker's in the game. You know, I said, I need some stats out of Norman. Norman Powell is currently on the bench for Miami. Norman Powell tonight has, what do you got, 17? 17 points for Norman Powell, 6 boards, 4 assists for Norman Powell. Kel'el Ware with 13 and 10. He's still not in the game. Powell's still not in the game. Larson not even in the game. Archie Gaming said they already diagnosed Porzingis. They're trying to find a way for him to play with the illness, though. They did diagnose him. But it's also an illness that isn't, like, I don't want to say not real, but it's just kind of a name that they gave it. And they were like, it's something like this. That's the diagnosis, where it's like kind of something like this. Which is why there's no real, like, I don't want to say cure, but no real, like, way to treat it right now. Because they still don't entirely know what it is. They did give him proper diagnosis, but it's not like a legit thing that people have. You know, they just found something that it's similar to and gave it a new name. You know, I said I need 30 points plus rebounds for Norman Powell. You know, I guess he does average like 24 and 5 or something like that, but 17 and 6 gives him 23. He needs to start to get buckets at least. Archie said they do got to find a way for him to play. They do. When they gave him that diagnosis, Archie, I think they said 2 to 3 weeks, another 2 to 3 weeks as they try and figure out what's going, like how to get him back on the court. But yeah, no real update yet since that initial diagnosis. You know, I said Zing is the POTS, which is some sort of thing that has been regarded as psychosomatic, and it's controversial. Yes, you were informing us about that the other day when we saw the diagnosis, or when they like announced the diagnosis. So again, they're just kind of trying to figure out how to just treat it as best as they could and get him on the court, which it kind of feels like it's gonna get to the point where it's just gonna end his career, right? Unless they can just figure out a way to cure it, but it doesn't seem like there's like a legit even understanding still of what he's got. Trae Young has it up top. They get it over to Krejci. Krejci coming to his left. They swing it over to Johnson. Johnson along the baseline. They kick it out to Alexander Walker. Up top to Trae Young. Pump fakes, driving to his right down the lane. Gets caught in the air, leaves it off to Johnson, goes up, and gets a two-handed slam. There's another assist for Trae Young to Johnson. Back down to 13, 8:40 to go. Jovic gets it over to Wiggins. Wiggins in the high post left wing. Attacking Alexander Walker off the bounce. Throws up the righty hook. Got it to go. And Wiggins is coming alive in this fourth quarter. We were talking about him. Kind of been okay so far tonight. And here he is. Kinar said in plain English, when we doctors say something is controversial, we mean it may be BS, but we can't say it. I got you, brother. I know what you were saying. They're still not entirely sure what it is. Jaylen Johnson walks down and knocks down a pull-up three. 104-92. Jakuchonis gets it over to Jovic. Jovic gets it into Wiggins. Wiggins high post left wing. They show a double team now. They swing it out to Jovic. They swing it around. Jakuchonis driving to his left. Oh, beautiful manipulation. Smokes a layup. Grabs it off at the rebound, though. Gets it over to Jaquez, who also smokes a layup, and he can't grab the rebound. Wow, two completely blown layups between Jakuchonis and Jaquez there. And then out on the break, a 5-on-3 fast break. Johnson feeds Asanua, cutting down the middle of the lane for an easy two-handed slam, and is back to 10 points just like that. Camilla said, I need the Hawks. A 10-point deficit with 7:47 to go. Not insurmountable at all. Not at all. With Johnson and Trae Young back in. Hawks are back to moving and grooving. Not entirely sure when you're when your team full of a bunch of young guys and don't have the greatest depth in the world, not sure why you would ever run lineups out there without your two best players if you have the option to have at least one of them out there. Not sure why I would start a pivotal fourth quarter in which I'm trailing by 6 points to start the fourth, why I would come out with neither Trae Young nor Jaylen Johnson. Not something I would do. Camilla said, if I lose, I will lose 3 parlays. Unfortunate. Rooting for you, Camilla. I'm rooting for you. Kinar said, Jakuchonis combining to blow the layup. Or Jakuchonis. Yeah, Jaquez, Jakuchonis. I mean, the Jakuchonis layup was literally right-handed at the rim. Beautiful, like, ball fake. Trae Young went the other way. He's open at the rim by himself. This is like a wide-open high school layup, and he misses it. Jaquez is right there, grabs the offensive rebound, goes up. Can't get the putback as he smacks the backboard. Which is like a very easy putback. And so now they found themselves sitting with a 10-point lead when they should be sitting with a 10 or with a 15 or 17-point lead. Here we go. Davion Mitchell back in the game, smokes a layup. Trae Young, mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Down to single digits. 8-point game. Atlanta mounting a comeback. 7:20 to go. Davion Mitchell up top. Being guarded by Trae Young. Directing traffic. Mitchell dancing with it, crosses over to his right down the lane. Trae Young knocks the ball. out of his hands as he pokes it from behind, but it bounces off the leg or foot of Asanua and goes out of bounds. So it'll stay with Miami at least. Good hands from Trae Young there. Not something you usually say about his defense. Kel'el Ware is also back in the game. Both teams going to their starters now, but Asanua is in for the Hawks. Norman Powell cashes in the paint, spins off of Alexander Walker and gets the nice reverse layup to go down. Trae Young bringing it down the other way. Now trading baskets to get over to Vic Krejci, a three. Can't get that one to go. Ware with the rebound. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell hit ahead to Jovic. Jovic back up top to Mitchell. Mitchell dancing with it against Trae Young. They swing it out to Pell Larson. Pump fake, jab step. Gets cut off by Krejci. Back up top to Mitchell, being guarded by Young. Driving to his right. Stops. Has him in the post. Kicks it out. Larson, a deep right wing three with the shot clock winding down. He banks it in. Pell Larson has the touch tonight. He's now 3 for 3 from three-point range. That one, the basketball gods shining down on him as he banks it in. Jaylen Johnson off the handoff from Trae Young. Can't knock down the pull-up three. Pell Larson hit ahead to, is that Jovic? Jovic knocks down the reverse layup in transition. And suddenly back up by 15. Miami goes. Trae Young bringing it down left side of the court, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Trae Young's dancing with it, coming to his right. Swings it out to Krejci. Pump fakes, coming to his right at the foul line. Tries to leave it off for Jaylen Johnson. Gets picked off. Davion Mitchell dives for it. A loose ball. Out of bounds? No, a foul is called. You guys don't even have the game cast up. My bad. I said, wait, did you just say Trae and defense in the same sentence and there was no bad in that sentence? No, it was actually pretty good defense, pretty heads-up defense. I mean, it was bad defense in the sense he let him blow by him, but it was good defense in that he saved the possession by knocking the ball loose from behind. I said Davion plays with heart. He does. I do like Davion Mitchell. No foul call. Out of bounds off of Atlanta. Davion Mitchell has it. They get it over to Powell. Powell has it up top, being guarded by Dyson Daniels, who's now back in the game. Coming to his left off a high Ware screen, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket. So played with the right hand. Got it to go. Got a full head of steam. Got to the basket. And now a 17-point lead is opened up for Miami as they're starting to pull away here. Trae Young driving to his right. Takes a little bump. Can't knock down the floater, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Rufus said, I need Alexander Walker to get 15. What's he sitting with now? 13? 11? Not even in the game. No, he is in the game. Yeah, he's got 11 tonight. And you definitely need more out of Alexander Walker. Trae Young at the foul line, knocks down the first free throw. Mia said, I am cooked. Trae Young goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 5:30 to go. We're past the halfway point of this fourth quarter. A 15-point lead for Miami here. 113-98. Davion Mitchell gets it over to Powell. Powell up top. Coming to his left off the Ware screen. Lobs it over the top to Ware. Ware quickly down low to, who's that? Larson. Larson can't get the layup to go. Good defense from Atlanta to recover, especially Alexander Walker there. Jaylen Johnson, full head of steam down the lane. Leaves it off for Alexander Walker and knocks down the little floater along the baseline. 13-point lead here, 113-100 with 5 minutes to go. Game not done yet. You're not out of it yet, Camilla. Davion Mitchell has it up top. Dancing with it against Trae Young. Driving to his right, crosses over to his left in the lane. They kick it out to Larson between his hands. Slips right out of it, so they save it up top to Norman Powell. Shot clock winding down. They swing it out to Larson. Larson's going to have to heave it up with the shot clock winding down. The foul line, throws up a floater. Got it to go down. Pell Larson, the basketball gods are shining down very, very brightly on Pell Larson so far tonight. He's had some lucky shots go down. Johnson kicks it out to Trae Young. Trae Young being guarded by Jovic. Step back three for him. Comes up short. Can't get it to go down. Norman Powell with the rebound. Hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell has it up top. 4:20 to go. Mitchell coming to his left off a double screen. Mitchell being guarded by Trae Young. I think this is the matchup they wanted. Mitchell dancing with it. Crosses over. Driving to his right. Blows right past Trae Young. Terrible defense from Trae Young. And there it is, Kinahara. Terrible defense from Trae Young there. Just allowed Mitchell to just run right past him. On the other end, though, Dyson Daniels not quitting. He puts his head down, goes to the basket, and gets a layup. In transition there, as Miami does a poor job of getting back on defense. Mitchell has it on the right wing. It looks like they're just going to run isolation against Trae Young here. Timeout for Miami. No qualms right now with Miami just saying, yeah, go ahead, Davion Mitchell. You go one-on-one against Trae Young. He can't guard anybody. Said, I need only 3 from Storm and Norman. With 3:49 to go, I think with a 15-point lead, you might be safe. You might be safe. You might get that. Definitely cutting it close for sure. Said, I need 2 units from Norman, 1 bucket or 2 rebounds. LPB, what's up, LPB? $115, 102 with under 4 to go. Quickly around the league. Quickly around the league during the timeout. Looks like, it's only 15. Orlando could pull off some magic here. See what I did there? They could pull off some magic here. They could. But it's very evident they have not played well so far tonight. I will say, what is Desmond Bane doing tonight as well? Got 15, 7 for 17 shooting. 0 for 5 from 3. 9 boards, 4 assists. All right. Oops. Looks like we're coming back out after that timeout. Washington is pulled away from Toronto entirely. They're up 18 now. Toronto will end up taking a loss. But here we go. Get it into Pell Larson. Larson has it up top. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down. They kick it out to Larson. Larson, a right wing 3. If that goes in, comes up short. Johnson with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Johnson attacking. And a double dribble on Jaylen Johnson. Just grabbing it with 2 hands. Trying to dribble it back down. And they hit him with the travel. Hit him with the double dribble. Here comes Davion Mitchell bringing it down the other way. 3:30 to go. Time winding down for Atlanta here. They get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his right. Dancing with it. In and out dribble. Crosses over. Spins. Down the lane. Throws up the floater. Comes up short. Dyson Daniels with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Daniels has it up top. And hands it off to Johnson. Jab step. Puts up the 3. Can't get that one to go. Wiggins a rebound. Get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Dyson Daniels. Here we go, Keen Hara. They get over to Norman Powell, one-on-one against Trae Young. Here we go, Keen Hara. Here we go. Crosses over, down the lane. Foul line. Swings it out. They swing it around. Back to Powell. Powell driving it down. Through the lane, scoop layup. And he gets the bucket to go, Keen Hara. There you go, brother. There you go. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? There you go, Keen Hara. There's your basket for Norman Powell. 2 points for him. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Powell. It's 119 to 102. Trae Young driving it down, takes a bump, can't knock down the floater, no foul call. Okongwu with the offensive rebound, and he lays it up and in. I said, Norm on Trae is so the matchup. Joseph said, want to know what's funny? We play the Hawks tomorrow, too. We do. Yeah, we went through the schedule earlier. We play the Hawks tomorrow. Davion Mitchell dancing with it, crosses over to his left, down the lane, throws up a floater, can't get it to go. Kel'el Ware right there, can't get the putback to go, but he does grab the rebound, kicks it out to Powell, quickly blows past the defense to his right, can't get the dunk to go down, but he does draw the foul, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 2:10 to go. Dog Catcher, what's up, Dog Catcher? Any SE fans know if Charlotte and Orlando have a natural rivalry for being the most easterly South teams and similar franchise ages, given the host cities and not the actual ownership of Charlotte. Norman Powell misses a free throw. Got another one coming. Doug Fresh, game over. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there for Miami. 2 minutes to go. Wow, they gave a lane violation to Atlanta. So Norman Powell's still going to have his 2 free throw attempts. And he knocks the second one down. Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong for Atlanta here in the 4th. Elias Coria, what's up, Elias? Powell stopped scoring. It might not even matter, brother. It might not even matter. Matty Yao. Kel'el Ware is a double-double machine. He is. He's averaging 11 and 10. He's a double-double machine. Norman Powell, thanks to the lane violation, able to knock down both free throws, 121 to 104. 17-point lead for Miami with 2 minutes to go now. Is likely the end of this game. Johnson has it. They dig down low, knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Atlanta, though. Just under 2. 159 exactly. Artist said, except the time I bet on Ware, double-double. Boom Pay, what's up, Boom Pay? I slapped your like. But you got to go to NBA 2K and set all your players passing the max but dribbling the zero things. That's not a bad idea. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun idea. Carding, Pabalo, what's up, Carding? Miami able to pull it out. Namar said, Knicks are going to beat the Hawks tomorrow too? Hopefully. Hopefully. Eli said, my parlay, I need the under. What's your under? What do you need? He's sitting with 25 at 7 and 5 so far. What's your under set at? Miami not allowing Atlanta to inbound the ball. Keep knocking it out of the air. 13 on their shot clock. Johnson gets it into Okongwu finally. Now over to Trae Young, coming to his left. Trae Young steps back for a 3 on the left wing. Knocks it down. Okay. And Miami will slowly bring the ball down. They're in no rush whatsoever. 27.5. Oof. Oof. He can only make one more layup. Hopefully he doesn't get it. Larson has it up top. It's Wiggins coming back door. Goes up. A lot of contact. Layup. Can't get it to go, but he does get his own tip. At least it's Wiggins, right? At least it's Wiggins. No Norman Powell yet. Then with 25 points. Alexander Walker crosses over to the rim. Gets a layup to go past Wiggins. Davion Mitchell bringing it down. Has it up top being guarded by Trae Young. They swing it over to Powell. 1:18 to go. Powell being guarded by Daniels. Swings it back to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to look to attack Trae Young off the bounce. Pull up 3. Toe on the line. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of the air. Johnson able to save it. Hit ahead to Trae Young. Bringing it down. Now we're under a minute to go. Trae Young crosses over to his right. Inside pass to Okongwu. Knocked out of his hands. But a foul. Foul is called. 55 seconds to go. Just that's it. Anthony Black trying to play hero. He can't keep it close. This game is on its way to ending here. They're in the bonus, so Okongwu's at the foul line for 2. Wizards 133 on Toronto. My goodness. Yeah, it looks like Charlotte's going to be able to pull that one out. They're up by 16 there. Okongwu knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Boston pulled away from Indiana there. And then 76ers and Bulls still locked into a tight one. We got Pistons Jazz to keep an eye on later tonight. Andrew Wiggins bringing it down. They get over to Davion Mitchell. Okongwu did knock down both. Mitchell up top. They swing it over to Larson. Larson on the right wing. Over to Ware. Ware will fire a right corner 3. And Ware will knock down the 3. Anybody but Powell. Anybody but Powell. Trae Young bringing it down. And at this point, I think you're pretty good. I think Miami should just, as Dyson Daniels misses a 3, Ware with the rebound, hit ahead to Larson. And that's it. They're going to dribble out the clock, and that's it. You survived. You survived the Norman Powell under. There you go. Joseph said, I can't wait till tomorrow to see Deuce play again. He might not play, brother. He might not play. Don't get your hopes up. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. He's questionable. Alexander Walker comes up limping, holding his wrist. Seems to be in real pain. Raptors are playing the Wiz. They are. They are. Just that said, it's opposite night in the NBA. It's always so funny, December 26th slate of games, because all the best teams play on the 25th on Christmas Day. And so the 26th slate is like usually like, oof, slim pickings for what's the best game going on. But pretty decent game. Obviously, Miami pulled away at the end there. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. We can go around the league real quick before we end it. 112 to 94, 117 to 133. Washington going to pick up the victory. Charlotte going to pick up the victory. Boston will end up beating Indiana. To be expected. Philly locked in the tight one with Chicago. Should be fun to keep an eye on that one. Grizzlies up by 10 at halftime against a Giannis-less Bucks team. Suns locked in the tight one against Pelicans. Pistons versus the Jazz is the game to keep an eye on. Obviously, the Pistons have the best record in the East. one of the best records in the NBA, the second best record in the NBA, right behind the Thunder now, as they're sitting at 25-5, I believe, 26-5, something like that. So keep an eye on the Pistons playing the Jazz. It is in Utah, so they're going up against the altitude, but obviously the Jazz not a good team, so we'll watch that one. The Clippers taking on the Trailblazers. Not a great game. Not a great game there. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody. I still have to update all the new members who joined yesterday. Forgot to do that today, but I will do that as soon as this stream ends. I appreciate y'all. K. Hazy, Justice's dad, Joseph. LPB, Namar, of course. Kinahara, AP. Trini, appreciate you, Trini. Namar, Matty Yao. Appreciate you guys. We will be back, of course, tomorrow for the Knicks game. The Knicks game starts tomorrow, I believe, at 8. I believe it's an 8 o'clock start time against Atlanta. It is in Atlanta, so the Knicks go on the road. Elias, what's up? Appreciate you, Elias, coming and hanging out with us tonight. Good under. You got it. You got it. It is an 8 o'clock start time, so we will be live at 7:30 for our regularly scheduled pre-game rundown, y'all. Taking on Atlanta again so far this year. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out with me again. I will see you guys at 7:30 tomorrow. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.